All right, everyone, we are live again. Dynasty Mirror Search for Uhuru. Thank you. Thank you all on this Friday. You guys could be somewhere else, happy hour. Happy hour on a Friday. You could be somewhere else doing something. I mean, I don't know.
Tranny night at the Snooty Fox.
Yeah. You say Snooty Fox in LA? The Snooty Fox. Oh man, goodness. Ain't that where the singer that got killed years ago? We weren't even born yet. And they just did no. They just did the movie One Night in Miami. Sam Cooke.
Sam Cooke. I don't know. Was it?
I think he got killed at the Snooty Fox or one of those shady hotels.
Hey, dude, don't be telling people I know about the Snooty Fox.
Those shady hotels in LA. I mean, it's like once you cross over like the other side of Wilshire, like
yeah,
it's just a bunch of just shady. Like, okay, so if you guys LA, you got Wilshire Boulevard, and like if you go south of Wilshire, it's just the hotel just gets super shady. Until you get like to the airport. The airport, then around the airport, because of the airport, they're not as shady. And then once you get like to Redondo and all that, then it get nice. But then if you go north of Wilshire towards Hollywood, then the hotels are nice.
Diners, don't be giving them the secret locations, man. I saw Pan African right back coming out the Snooty Fox.
Yeah. So the hotels get very, very shady when you go south of Wilshire. They get very, 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 very shady. In between, like south of Wilshire, like once you hit like I'm sure they got some new nice hotels around the new stadium.
They ain't got shit over there yet.
They don't?
Go build one. No, they don't got nothing.
Oh wow. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining. Like, share, subscribe. Make sure you go to dynastymirror.com. If you want to join us in Nigeria, Omo Niger, we're rolling in August 16th through the 22nd. So if you'd like to join us, come and roll and kick it with your boy. We're going to have a great time. Looking forward to going to Sierra Leone here in a little over a week. Cannot wait. Taking about 17, 18 people. A couple people are going to get their citizenship. So looking forward to that. Again, looking forward to that. Again, make sure you go to dynastymirror.com. Subscribe to the email list, family. And all that good stuff. Without further ado, we have a special guest on with us today. And let me give my disclaimer. The views and opinions of Pan-Africanism Strikes Back are his and not necessarily the views and opinions of Search for Uhuru. Also, too, so this is balanced. If you're a member of the Nation of Islam or in any religious organization, you are more than welcome to call in. We're going to open up the lines here in about 30 minutes. Again, we're going to open up the lines here in about 30 minutes. Without further ado, we have the brother Pan-Africanism Strikes Back. And the topic is it time to cancel the Nation of Islam and other religious organizations? Somebody just said something in the chat. Okay, so we'll start off there. Farad Muhammad. Brandon, was Farad Muhammad a white man?
Yeah, he's actually Romanian.
But they said he was sent to make it seem that way, so they wouldn't. I'm just telling you what I was told.
Well, let's just start. Okay, so every religion is based on the word of some mysterious figure, right? So Abraham heard a voice, went out into the desert. The voice told him go out in the desert, and God's angel gave him some message or whatever, and now he's bringing it to you. You weren't there. You didn't hear the voice. You're just taking his word for it. Muhammad was out in the desert. I guess he went into a cave. The angel of Allah came, gave him a message. He's bringing it to you. Joseph Smith, the guy from Mormon, he was walking through the forest. Angel of God appeared to him, showed him some words on golden tablets. He memorized every single word verbatim, and now
it was the angel Gabriel, right? Allegedly.
Right.
All right, go ahead.
Now, this is all based on hearsay. Farah Muhammad, right? He came. Elijah Muhammad learned from Farah Muhammad. FBI did investigations on Farah Muhammad. They found out a little information. All of a sudden, the guy disappears off the face of the earth, right? But he's the God in the flesh, this white man, and it seems like that, all this stuff. We looked at pictures of him. My eyes tell me he's a white man with some very fine white hair. And I noticed that all the leadership in the Nation of Islam tries to mimic that hair texture. Like they perming and worming and squirming, trying to match the Honorable Farad Muhammad's hair texture, right? Elijah Muhammad couldn't get it down, so he just went ahead and put his kufi hat on and said, to hell with it, shaved his head bald. I don't know how he kept his hair. He always had a hat on. The whole point of the matter is this. You could fry it, dye it, sanctify it all you want to. It doesn't matter if what you believe doesn't benefit you. Forget the religious crap. In what way has this benefited Black people as a whole? See, because the Nation of Islam rose by pulling people out of the Christian church, right? You saw Malcolm X, they on ladders and everything else. They walking outside, and Malcolm X and all the Nation of Islam people are there, right? Telling them, look, you went into the church and you came back out, and look, there's no heaven out here. You went in there and listened to all that garbage, and now you're coming back to your crappy existence. At that time, I would say that the Nation of Islam was beneficial to Black people because they were offering Black people something tangible versus what the church was offering them. The church was only offering them pie in the sky. The Nation of Islam was like, look, come worship with us, because worshiping with us results in tangibles. Even if you don't make it to heaven, we can get you clean and get you off drugs. We can offer you the ability to learn how to start a business. We have businesses and skills and trades that we are experts in that you can learn. We can teach you how to make a bean pie. And I'm not joking. Learning how to bake is a trade. Have you ever tried to bake some shit, Dinus? Like, could you bake a wedding cake right now?
No.
Okay, that is a skill. The cake boss, the guy on TV, is making millions upon millions of dollars off of baking. The Nation of Islam was teaching people how to bake. The Nation of Islam was teaching people how to cook healthy, how to eat to live, teaching people what to eat, some good chicken and fish and healthy stuff like that. And they have businesses based around these things, a newspaper teaching people how to type and read, stuff like that. They have the study groups, all that stuff. It was producing tangible resources that our people could utilize. It was better than the church. And had I been born in the 60s, I'm quite sure I would have been a member of the Nation of Islam, because I would have been like, I ain't trying to be a part of this garbage that ain't giving me nothing. I'm going to go with the brothers with the nice suits and the tangible results and the unity. Fast forward. Nation of Islam has realized, why do we have to offer anything when all the other religions got all these Black folks worshiping, right? And they're getting Black people's money and loyalty while offering them nothing. Nation of Islam was supposed to be the evolution of the social Black religious consciousness, spiritual consciousness. Instead, it was the leadership died. Malcolm X, he went on his little hissy fit stuff, and it was reduced down to nothing but a grifter coming in, a radio DJ, right? A radio DJ, nothing, no specially trained, nothing. A radio DJ somehow succeeded all of He passed up all of Elijah Muhammad's children, all of the qualified men's children, and that guy got the reins to this beautiful organization. And from the day he took hold of the mantle of leadership, the Nation of Islam has been on a slide downward into irrelevance. You used to have fish markets all over LA, Chicago, New York. The Muslims, we were in a position to do economic battle.
You just said something. Okay, so you just brought up a great point. I know there's I know the Nation in LA across the street from USC, the Nation of Islam has a bakery or a fish market.
Where
so you just said something like, are you saying at one time there were way more fish markets and bakeries than there are now?
Fam, what? These people who are from the Nation in your chat group will tell you there used to be Nation of Islam bakeries in Long Beach. It was like 2 in Long Beach. In Inglewood, it was like 6 of them. In LA, it was like 10 of them. Bakery and fish market. They was frying up fish. They was cooking chicken. They was baking baked goods, bro. Mm-hmm. Right? Do you guys remember Shabazz Bakeries?
Shabazz. That's the Shabazz Bakery. Yeah.
Shabazz used to be, bro. Shabazz. Look, we was Jehovah's Witnesses growing up. We would go to the Kingdom Hall, bro. Leave the Kingdom Hall and go. And you know, Jehovah's Witnesses, they're very finicky about intermixing with other religions.
Right.
My grandma, who thought that everything African was witchcraft, was like, ooh, we going to Shabazz Bakery. We'll drive all the way to Inglewood from Long Beach, bro, to go get that fried fish. My grandma was like, I love that fried fish. It's so good. If you could get my grandma to go into a place where another group of religious people, another religious group owns it, you know the food and shit was good.
Somebody in the chat, sorry about the in the chat room, Tanisha says many NOI moved to Atlanta. But I don't know where any. I'm sure there only. I see brothers selling bean pies on a corner.
Diners, don't explain it. It's a Negro stalling tactic. You're in Atlanta. You know that you don't see them. They have no presence there. If you don't see them, we see the Chinese who moved there. The Chinese moved to Atlanta and got to work. The Mexicans moved to Atlanta and got to work. If they moved there, shame on them, because if they moved there in mass, they should have an entire area carved out just for them. Not that disgusting display of incompetence that we had to look at and be embarrassed by when it came to the trigger warning with Killer Mike when he goes into the Nation of Islam store and they got 3 cans of beans on the shelf looking ridiculous. But many NOI moved to Atlanta. What are you saying? What? Okay, you're embarrassing them further. Because I could go to Atlanta right now and start a store and have it more well-stocked than that NOI store right there. Right? Right? No, it's okay, Tanisha. I'm just saying. I'm using your statement as a teachable moment. Look, guys, if I acknowledge your statement and speak on it, take it as an honor. Don't think I'm trying to attack you. Be like, look, I said some shit, and Brandon used it to build on it. That's it. Don't be upset. I'm already going to get enough flack from the Nation of Islam. I don't need you guys hating me too. The point of this is this. It used to be the nation used to be strong. Every nation has a strong point and a weak point. And if every nation goes through ups and downs. But like America is in a down state right now, seemingly. But because they have wise men who run the ship of America, America is going to re-emerge soon. And I really believe that because I'm looking at the way things are going.
Okay, well, when you say America's going to re-emerge, what do you mean?
America's playing a trick on everybody. America and China are not enemies. America and China are #1 trade partners in the world. They do all their trade with each other. They're like this, trade partners. America is using China to expand its colonialism. That's it. China is going into Africa because China needs to be able to continue to produce cheap shit to sell to America. The Chinese, right? The Chinese, you could keep saying America's finished all you want to, but just keep saying that for the next 30 years, and you're gonna see that you don't know shit.
You know, somebody in the chat room just said, Waiter Sniper just said something. the Hebrew Israelites, because they got a restaurant right down the street from my house in West End. They got restaurants and bakeries, Hebrew Israelites. But he said that he just made a great point. The Hebrew Israelites, and not to pin them against each other. I don't want to do that.
Right.
They got the Hebrew Bakes right up the street, So Vegetarian right up the street, and then they got another one, a Hebrew Bakes and So Vegetarian on the other side of town. We're not too far.
Right.
But you see the Nation of Islam brothers on the corner. He just said something.
Right. Listen, let me tell you something. We give Hebrew Israelites so much slack. We give them so much smoke while we sit up and let the Nation of Islam get a pass when they're worse than the Hebrew Israelites, because at least the Hebrew Israelites are making an effort. They acknowledge that internally they got a lot of division because they all don't believe the same way, but you got brothers who are motivated to put their money where their mouth is. Don't tell me that an 85-year-old man is the cure and all this shit when he can't even provide resources for his people in 3 of the major cities in America. LA, Dynas, find me an NOI mosque in LA. There is one.
There's one on Crenshaw, right?
Listen, they're there, but what are they doing? What influence? Bro, Nipsey Hussle had more influence on the Crenshaw district than the NOI. And how long have the NOI been there? Who do you think has a greater net worth? The NOI or Nipsey Hussle, who was only worth $14 million when he died? I'm telling you, Dynas, they're not even trying, bro. The sad thing is our people are all loving on these dudes, and these dudes aren't even making an effort for you. They're not even making an effort. Nipsey Hussle made an effort for you. He said, look, I'm going to go buy some shit because 1 + 1 = 2 every day of the week. You tell Minister Farrakhan, what does 1 + 1 equal?
Hold on. Stop the show.
You trying to get in these comments?
Nah. Malcolm X is a non-factor. Dude, if it wasn't for Malcolm X, the Nation of Islam wouldn't be where it is today.
Well, you wait, Dynas.
That's the truth. That's the truth. If it wasn't for Malcolm X, the Nation of Islam wouldn't be what it is today.
Dynas, listen. Malcolm X is the person who I feel is maybe one of the biggest fools in the history of Black America. Malcolm X built something. He built something real strong. If Malcolm X was alive when Elijah Muhammad died, who do you think would have took the reins of the nation?
Malcolm X.
But Malcolm X hit us with the Detroit Red at the end. He threw it all away in the end. You know why? Oh, Minister Elijah Muhammad's doing this, and this. He didn't understand situational awareness, Dynas. As smart as Malcolm X was, he was still just a Detroit Red type dude at the end of the day, because he let his personal feelings, he let his personal emotions make him make a strategic error when it came to the Nation of Islam. Elijah Muhammad was an old man. And I know y'all gonna put on y'all nigga ignorant goggles right now, but just listen to me, y'all. Listen. Elijah Muhammad was an old man when all the allegations and stuff came out against him. And Malcolm X, oh, this and that, he has babies by all these women. All Malcolm X had to do was say, look, what he's doing is not right. I don't like it. But in 3 to 5 years, this organization is going to be under my control. Do I expose? Niggas, we love to expose somebody. Expose, right? But when does exposing something take a back seat to getting a good qualified person into a position of power? If it was me, bro, I would have been like, look, Elijah Muhammad been doing this, and he been doing it all this time. I don't give a shit what he doing. Once I get the mantle of the Nation of Islam and I'm the leader, now I will be empowered to change things. Right or wrong, Dynas?
Right.
Instead of doing what? Acting like a damn turncoat, selling out to the white man, tearing down the Nation of Islam that he helped build, and then getting smoked by the FBI at the end of the day. Who won, Dynast? So all you people in there, Brandon's dumb. What did you gain from it? Oh, we're going to pretend like, ooh, we care about the little 13 and 15-year-old girls. Bro, your uncle is molesting people probably right now, and you've been keeping a secret for 20 years. How does us exposing Elijah Muhammad help our people move forward? It doesn't. And you ignorant Negroes don't understand the concept of situational awareness. The white man could molest, rape, kill Harvey Weinstein, all these dudes. Dynast, he's not going to expose himself until he has firmly secured power. All the white people going to be on code. Look, we ain't saying shit. We know Weinstein and all them dudes got Epstein and got something going on. But right now is not the best time to reveal that. We need to secure and consolidate power first, and then we could change that, right? And even this woman, Corey, she said, yep, Malcolm X did a Detroit Red, and you niggas are worshiping him. We saw the movie when he knew the dude did not forget the number, but he act like he did for his personal gain. Malcolm X knew what Elijah Muhammad was doing way before he decided.
Hey, Brandon, 1 second, Brandon. If we could refrain as much as possible from using the N-word, like I don't,
Did I say the N-word?
You said the N-word. Right. Can we not say the N-word, please?
Okay. Thank you. Can we replace it with the F word? No, I'm just kidding. But I'm just joking, Dad. But look, Malcolm X knew what Elijah Muhammad was doing for longer than he let on about it. I'm telling you. All this stuff didn't come about until Elijah Muhammad start locking down on this dude about as far as him talking and what he could say and what he couldn't say. Malcolm, you talking too much. You bringing on heat from the different criminal the different organizations, the government organizations and stuff. When he was talking about JFK's assassination and stuff. Soon as Elijah Muhammad tried to rein Malcolm X in from talking too much, which some people who talk a lot talk too much. I'm one of them. I admit that. Then he started to attack Elijah Muhammad's personal character, Dynast. And any man who is a man can look at that and see that. Any man who's a man can see that. Soon as Elijah Muhammad started to pull rank on Malcolm, all of a sudden it was about Elijah Muhammad, him impregnating teenage girls, putting them here, putting them there, putting them over here. You think Malcolm X being his right hand didn't know about that? Come on, bro. He knew. But he didn't decide to expose it until Elijah Muhammad started to pull rank on him a little bit. Like, bro, you banned from speaking for 30 days. You can't speak for 90 days. Stuff like that. And if you want to continue to be ignorant, go ahead and do that. But I'm telling you the reality. I know black people. I know people who have big egos, and that's what they do. They will be with you until you start to try to put a control on them. Then they start trying to quote unquote. It's like a woman. She'll be right with you doing all the dirt. Soon as you leave her, what's she gonna do, Dynast? Soon as you do something she don't like, what she gonna do? She gonna start telling all your business. Right or wrong. Same type of relationship. Just like a kid who get mad at their mom and daddy. Soon as mom and daddy won't do something they want them to do, they will start telling their business to the auntie or whoever, right? Malcolm X did the same thing. The only point was that Malcolm X, he had a true black person moment. He tore himself down while trying to tear Elijah Muhammad down. Because soon as the Nation of Islam was tainted, soon as he moved out of the protection of the Nation of Islam, he got killed. And then they turned around and tried to blame the Nation of Islam. No, bro. That guy.
Whoa. Nah, that they were the Nation of Islam. This is where we disagree. Nation of Islam was definitely involved.
Well, the thing is, there were people from the government who had also infiltrated the Nation of Islam.
Yeah, but no. But the problem is, and they were able to exploit that because Farrakhan created the environment and riled everybody up and put batteries in people's back. And then here came the U.S. government.
And Dynast, totally fine. But what man builds a house and then tears it down? That don't make no sense. We know Malcolm would have taken on the mantle of the Nation of Islam without a doubt. There's no one who would have supported someone against Malcolm taking Nation of Islam. The guy couldn't be patient for 5 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, the nation played a role, Brandon. I mean, all these FBI, NYPD, they were involved as well. I mean, but the nation was complicit. Period.
Okay, but what I'm saying is this: Malcolm, sit down, bro. Just be still. Elijah's old. He gonna pass on, right? And then you gonna be in control. Then you can do what Farrakhan did: formed the nation into a reflection of himself. Then the nation would have been more powerful with Malcolm at the head, who was a moral guy and had a conscience and wasn't trying to do a bunch of stuff in secret that wasn't right? Instead, we had the ego war happen. Two black men at each other's throat. The white man wins. Right or wrong, Dynas?
Right.
Okay. It doesn't matter the reasons. The only thing that matters is the result. So because of that, now you have Farrakhan coming in. From the day Farrakhan took the mantle of the NOI, there is nobody who can argue that the NOI has not regressed majorly. It was a stronghold in Chicago, Detroit, New York, LA. Now you don't even.
Hold on 1 second. Hey, sorry to cut you off, guys. In about 15 minutes, you're more than welcome to call in. Again, I want to keep this balance. I want to hear from both sides. Listen, so Derek Witherspoon, whoever, you're more than welcome to call in, because a lot of what Brandon's saying is, I mean, I agree with.
Listen,
but at the same time, I'm not. But again, I respect Minister Farrakhan. I like Farrakhan.
I respect him too as an old man and as a person. I don't really know what his motives are. I respect him for the fact that he lived a long time. But as far as is he still qualified to hold the mantle of leadership for our people? Is he still qualified to try to direct our people spiritually?
Whoa. Joe Biden is the leader of Black America, so not right. It's Joe Biden. Joe Biden.
But is he qualified to speak on our issues as if he speaks for all of us? Because that's what Farrakhan does. He goes to Washington, he gets on stage and says, this is what Black people are worried about. Right or wrong? Yes. Right. He brings all the preachers up there from all the Christian churches. This is what Black people care about. Then they start hooping and hollering about Jesus and Muhammad and all this stuff. But the problem is the things we care about are not the things he's talking about. Whatever happened to separation? Whatever happened that we need our own place where we can do
I want somebody, because I had the same question. So I want somebody to call in and explain the separation, like what happened to the.
Why would we accept leadership from a group of people or a person who is the leader of a group that has lost sight of their own agenda? That's what I'm telling you. Why should Farrakhan, if Farrakhan was doing what he was supposed to do, and if you guys want to kill me, go ahead. If Farrakhan was doing what he was supposed to do, if Brandon was the leader of Nation of Islam, we wouldn't even have to worry about a vaccine because we would have our own shit somewhere. We have our own place somewhere by now. All that money that dude right then for 2 decades? Come on, bro.
I also want to know what happened to the money that Gaddafi was going to give him too. I want to know about that as well. So I need somebody from the nation to call in. So I'm going to open the lines up in like 10 or 15 minutes. Go ahead, Brandon.
This is what I'm telling you. Why does a Black king, Farrakhan is the closest thing to a Black king you can have in America, especially back in the day. He's on Phil Donahue. He's on all these channels, mainstream media. Why does Farrakhan need money from Gaddafi? I know them Muslims didn't put in at least over $1 billion into them collection plates. I know that. I know when Farrakhan goes to speak at a mosque, he's getting paid a lot of money. I know it's at least 20 G's to get him to show up. I know that because I even charge $5,000 to show up for a seminar, and I'm nobody. So I know he's getting at least 20 G's. The point I'm saying is, why are we even looking at Arab support, right? Arab support. The same people he said that Allah took the blessing from and gave it to the Black man. That's what Farrakhan used to say. He removed the blessing from the Arab and gave it to the Black man. So now he's our God and all that stuff. Back in the day in the 90s, when Farrakhan was at his height of power, you could buy land in Africa, bro, for like $5 an acre. I promise you. Why didn't he make the move then? Hey, let's go do what Garvey was doing. go separate and do our own thing, which essentially the Nation of Islam sprang from the Garveyite movement too. That's where the idea of separation and all that came from. They just put it in a religious context and then started preaching the same type of thing. The point I'm making is, how long will we stay burdened under the yoke of leaders who are ineffective? This is the problem that happens when you don't have a democratic process within your organization. How can Farrakhan stay the leader of the Nation of Islam for so long and he hasn't delivered anything to the nation? If you give me that group, I could get some dudes to get off drugs and stop doing alcohol, because that's a personal choice. You empower the person's like, I'm better than these drugs and all this stuff. But we never talk about the people who got off drugs and they went back on drugs in the nation. We're not going to talk about how a dude in Long Beach, right over here on not 8th Street, got killed by Mexicans. He was a high-ranking member of the Nation of Islam in LA. The Nation of Islam supposedly went over there to investigate. Those Mexicans walked up on them dudes and said, y'all get y'all ass out of here. Y'all ain't investigating nothing. 2 Mexicans versus 12 Nation of Islam FOI people. And you know what they did? They got on. They didn't defend nothing. They didn't ask questions. They didn't get to the bottom of which Mexican killed they homie. They ran. They ran away. You guys think this is a strong entity. This is a smoke and mirrors. They're giving you a projection of power. In reality, they're powerless. They could kill a guy like me. I'm nobody. But of course, that's what powerless entities do. They prey on their own. They prey on their own. But when those Mexicans, 2 scrawny Mexicans, rolled up on them, they ran away. They ran away. And y'all talking about, this is a dangerous topic. No, it's not, bro. Scientology is a dangerous topic. The people who the Nation of Islam sold out to. Okay? Don't play with me. And what I'm telling you today, I'm giving you an opportunity to have the conversation nobody wants to have. Because I'm a Pan-African. Dynasty is a Pan-African. You guys come at Pan-Africanism every day over everything. We get blamed for everything. But you guys are steadily giving passes to all these people who ain't doing nothing for you. Dynasty is doing a tour to Sierra Leone. He's helping people get their citizenship. What is Farrakhan doing for you guys? Nothing at all but running his damn mouth. Don't play with me. Don't play. There's people producing. We're trying. We're doing the best we can with what we got. But you guys are holding us more accountable than the guys who got all the money, all the following, the entire organization, all the power to get on planes anytime they want, private jets and stuff to go over to the Middle East and stuff. Those guys get a pass, but we get held accountable for everything. I went in on the Hebrew Israelites. I went in on them. I was on the little channel what they be on. I forgot the name of it, but I went on them. Those brothers was like, bro, we don't agree with everything you said, but look, you right about the going back to Africa. Many of the people in OAP are Hebrew Israelites because even though they didn't agree with everything I was saying, they were like, this brother knows his Bible and he's right. His point, the point he's making is right. And many of them joined over to the OAP. I will give them credit for that. There are a lot of rational thinking Hebrew Israelites. I agree. I will say that. Why can't we hold the NOI to the same standard that we hold the Hebrews? Why do they get a pass? But the Hebrew Israelites, we own them, talking about them and clowning them and everything, right? Which I'm gonna still do that because it's funny. But the thing I'm saying is, at least they make an effort to put their money where their mouth is. You know what I'm saying? They got the bakeries and all this stuff. Fine. They're on the corner trying to spread the message of what they want to do. Even though you may not agree with them, that shows you that they're motivated and passionate about what they believe. When was the last time a person from the Nation of Islam came up to talk to you and the conversation was not conversation was not over you buying a bean pie or you buying a final call? Now they just look at you like consumers. All these niggas is qualified to do is buy bean pies. and buy final cause. They don't give you no meat. They just give you baby food. Here, just feed the nigga some sugar and give him something he ain't gonna read. He buys the magazine out of a feeling of obligation because he really just wanted the bean pie.
Guys, hit that like button again. We have 230 people watching. Please hit the like button. If you have not hit that like button, please hit that like button.
Bro, Nipsey Hussle's funeral, bro. Nipsey Hussle's funeral. We had a fight with the police. Physical fist fight. Altercation. The brothers had the police running off the side of Staples Center. Ran them up out of there. The NOI was more worried about pushing and bullying black people than fighting the police who was trying to bully black people, hitting them with sticks and all that, just because they wanted to try to view the procession as Nipsey was being, he was being, they drove all around LA, right? These dudes was beating up on their own people, bro. Get back. They only got smoke for their own people, bro. They only got smoke for their own people. The only time they're nice to you or give you respect is when they're trying to sell you a bean pie or a final call. And they barely even do that anymore. When's the last Diners? You remember in LA? There used to be a dude selling bean pies, final calls on every damn corner. In Long Beach, where I live, right by the VIP, it was a dude. I forgot his name, but he died. The brother was always there with the final calls and the bean pies. They had opened up a study group, right? Right.
I actually so when I was in LA, I actually get my final calls, my bean pies at Slauson Swap Meet.
Right
they
there, bro.
They had the fire bean pies. Slauson Swap Meet. That brother bean pies is fire.
I still buy bean pies. It's a brother with a bakery where he makes bean pies in LA. But my other brother, I'm not gonna say his name, but I do bean pie orders. You feel me? Like, hey, bro, I need 2 pies or 10 pies or whatever. He be like, give me a day, I'll have it to you. The brother delivers it to my house, or I go pick it up from him, right? He lived close by me. But the point is, even the Slauson with the bean pies and the final calls, that's an economic institution. It's a black man selling something that he made with his own hands and making it accessible to his people. Why doesn't Farrakhan say, let's build on that? Let's build on that. Because we don't got nothing else to build on. Let's build on the economic aspect. We could hire young black men. We could teach sisters how to bake. We could teach people how to cook, open up a couple of restaurants, whatever, because now the war is economic. You used to be fighting a political and spiritual war. You lost that already. Now, all you got is an economic war that you can at least hold your own in. There's no economic plan for nobody in the Nation of Islam. If an NOI member, Diners, please tell them to email you. If there's an NOI person who could get on this channel and tell me what is the 5-year economic plan for the Nation of Islam and its members. I'm not talking about the upper crust, the high-level elites, right? I'm talking about the average Nation of Islam member. What direction has your master given you on economics for the next foreseeable future? And what resources has he provided for you so that you can be a well-equipped soldier in the economic war that we already in, but it's about to intensify? The Asians are targeting blacks, saying that we've been abusing them. You know that's not true. What has your leader, your master, what measures has he taken to secure you from being highlighted as the enemy of another group? This white man giving them the green light to attack you in your own neighborhoods if they even feel slightly threatened. Legislation being passed on their behalf when you can't get legislation passed on your behalf to protect you from the police and racists who scientific studies have shown without a doubt they disproportionately attack us, right? They attack us. But where's the legislation to protect us, to make us a protected group, to make them have to think twice before doing things to us and just dealing with us any old kind of way? But we're not even talking about that. We're talking about the vaccine, not even mandated. You know, you're not forced to take it, but your master is like, we are not taking your vaccine. I wish somebody could take Farrakhan, turn his chair around, and say, Minister, this is the important shit. This stuff you talk about ain't got nothing to do with nothing. If you don't want the vaccine, don't take it. If you want it, go ahead and take it. He's not a scientist. He don't got no scientist in his control to even give him real advice on it. Because all he has is a bunch of yes men and cronies and family members, right? So the thing is, why is he speaking on something he don't know about? Why doesn't he defer to someone who understands the vaccine and all that? I don't think we need someone to preach to black people about not taking the vaccine. There's plenty of ignorant people among us who like, I'm not taking it. So we already on code with that. Look, we don't know nothing about nothing. We ain't taking no vaccine. Dinus, would you say we on code on that part?
If I have to, if the vaccine, if I have to take the vaccine in order to travel to Africa, I'm taking it.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, would you say pretty much there's a large understanding among black folks that the majority of us ain't trying to take the vaccine, right or wrong?
I don't know, bro. I've been seeing a lot of posts on Facebook lately. Black people taking the vaccine and smiling and saying, you know, much.
It is what it
is. Yeah. So I don't know. I think it's split.
It's split. So that's where we're at. You're gonna take it if you want it. If you don't, you're not gonna take it. Why is our leader, our king, the dude with the perm, why is he still talking about the vaccine when we're being attacked on a political level based on the anti-Asian hate movement? Why is he talking about the vaccine when we have a couple 100,000 immigrants who are about to be influxed into our neighborhoods and compete with us for resources that are already dwindling? You got no plan of action, no direction, just a bunch of talk and no plan. What does that have to do with anything? Like, why, you guys? And why? And this is the bigger question. Why do you feel like that's the best? That's what you deserve? Why do you feel like that's the best leadership that you deserve? Zero plan of action, zero direction, zero rhetoric that even addresses the real problems that you are facing. We got a lot of black people talking about they want to leave America and go to Africa. When is Farrakhan going to address that? When is he going to say, look, this may or may not be a great opportunity, but let's investigate it? The white man, you said you wanted reparations, right? The white man said we ain't giving you shit, right? But we'll at least investigate it. Ain't that what he said, Dinus?
Right.
Farrakhan, in all his wisdom, I'm a teacher. I have a lot of students. So I understand what it means to be a teacher. But a teacher has to be innovative. The number one rule to being a leader of the people is to give the people what they want. If you're not giving the people what they want, you're not leadership. You're just a dictator. You're just doing whatever you want to do and forcing them to accept it. If you have a growing number of our people who are talking about going to Africa and repatriating, that man should take it as his duty to watch over us as we make the transition from America to Africa. He should take it on as his duty. Look, let me go to Sierra Leone. Let me go talk to the president. Look, brother, what's the president of Sierra Leone name? Matabio. Look, brother, I love you, and we all black men, and it's a great honor. My people is coming over here in large numbers, and you giving them citizenship. Make sure you take care of them because we watching everything that happened over in this joint. Why Farrakhan can't do that? A real power move. And put the African countries on notice. I'm going to send my people to you with the understanding that you're going to do right by them. But if you don't do right by them, just know that I'm watching you. And we got an eye on you, and we're ready to take action against you if you don't do what you're supposed to do on their behalf. If you don't deliver on the promises that you made to them, that's leadership. But y'all just want the bare minimum, the crumbs. Farrakhan don't give a damn about you or what you're trying to do. He gives a damn about doing fake war with white supremacy and you putting money in his pockets to go watch the show. It's a fixed fight. The fight's rigged, and you're thrilled to death about it. We know who's going to lose. He's going to die off. His son's going to take leadership. Then what? No one's even talking about. Farrakhan doesn't even mention most leadership, right? I know one of my teachers, he retired from teaching, but before he retired, he was like, look, every day for a year and a half, Dinus, he was like, look, y'all, I'm about to retire. When I retire, y'all going to be in charge. Make sure y'all do right by the students, take care of them, learn everybody's name. I know you guys have lives, but this has to be a part of you. He groomed everybody to take on the mantle when he left. And he left it so we could share it so it wouldn't get too overwhelming for us, right? You don't even hear Farrakhan talking about grooming the next generation of leadership in the Nation of Islam. There was a couple of people, Rizza, Ben X, Nuri Muhammad, who are very outspoken dudes and they're very knowledgeable. You don't even hear Farrakhan saying, yo, these are going to be the next leadership, blah, blah, blah. Everything's about him. And when they talk a lot, he just brings them into his fold and let them sit on stage next to him while he does all the talking. That's not the way to move forward and progress as an organization. But of course, you don't know how to do that because you didn't build the organization and the organization have regressed from the moment you took the mantle. So the reality is this: you don't know how to advance the nation. What you know how to do is talk a lot and talk, but deliver nothing. Who knew how to advance the nation? Elijah Muhammad, because the nation was like his baby. He was like, I created this. I'm going to make sure this progresses. But for Farrakhan, the nation is his piggy bank. Take, put nothing in and leave it, and which is the case with most Black-owned businesses. All they want to do is squeeze blood out of a turnip, never reinvest back into the business so that it can progress forward. That's the reality. It's always, oh, I'm the guy, but listen to these slick words I'm telling you, and ooh, that's so profound. No, it's not. No, it's not. What you're talking about is called common sense. And many of our people lack common sense, so it sounds profound to them. It sounds profound to them. I don't care what an ex-drug addict or an alcoholic say. That person is not a person who's going to sway my opinion on nothing. Bro, you want me to pat you on the back for doing some shit you were supposed to do? Not get drunk every night and shoot up heroin? You're telling me that you know more about making progress than I do? And you couldn't even get past the basics. Don't do crack. That's the basics, right, Dinas? Has anyone ever had to tell you, Dinas, don't go do heroin? No, Dinas, you know they didn't. That's the basics. But I'm supposed to look. I'm supposed to let an ex-crackhead convince me that this dude who he's worshiping like a god is the leader of Black thought in the Black society because he's so amazing. No, bro, you was on crack when you first heard him, so it sounded profound. But while you was on crack, I was working hard, taking care of my family. So the shit just sounded like, okay, I already know that. Now, the brothers who have intellect are like, look, we need more than this. Minister Farrakhan, I appreciate you, but we need more than this now. We ate the baby food. Now we need the solid food. What does the Bible say? When you ate baby food when you was a baby. And now you matured to the solid food. The man just keep dispensing baby food. He won't give you solid food because if he give you solid food, you might want to go try some other food. See, so he keeps you in a state of infancy. He keeps you mentally dependent on him to dictate what you're going to do. But when you get up and you can walk on your own, you're no longer desirable, like Khalid Muhammad. When you get up and the student has matured and he's ready to go on his own, like Minister Farrakhan, I appreciate everything you're doing, but I feel like this is the next step that we need to take. I see my students, I promote them, brown belt, purple belt. I don't say, yo, you need to do your jujitsu just like mine. I tell them, go to other schools, man. It's a lot of jujitsu schools out there. Go out there and test yourself and see what you can learn. And if you learn something that I didn't teach you, come back and teach it to me so I can improve my jujitsu. Farrakhan don't have that mentality. He's a know-it-all. I know everything. I'm going to tell you all everything I know, do what I say, and guess what? I'm not taking in no information. I'm just going to go ahead.
We got a guest. Fajimoni, what's up, dude?
Uh-oh.
Hey, what up with it? What up, Brandon?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Pan-African striking back. So,
that's the name.
You asked the question about the minister, which I've been in the Nation of Islam before as a member. I do work with the Nation of Islam in Chicago, where headquarters is. I have probably near the ministers and Elijah Muhammad's mansion. So I agree with you, Brandon, in part, and disagree with you in part on what you're saying. The part I agree with, I'll start with that. There can be people today who can take up the mantle and make the changes Farrakhan made. Now, when the topic of the show is about the whole Nation of Islam, you have to remember that there are different factions of the Nation of Islam. So it's not just Farrakhan. You got Silas Muhammad. And Douglas, you know about this. You got Silas Muhammad,
Right. I know
and
there's
you
the
got
brothers there's the brothers who don't recognize Farrakhan as the leader, but still consider themselves Nation of Islam, correct?
yes, they are. There are a few branches of the Nation of Islam that were with the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And first of all, thanks for having me on the show. Shout out to Diane. Shout out to Brandon. Shout out to y'all audience. I'm gonna give some love to the audience today for being here. Now, I would just say Farrakhan Nation of Islam is the lost found Nation of Islam, the part that he rebuilt. Brandon, you kind of made a mistake historically in stating that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan did not build the nation. He at least, what will I call, rehabilitated or rebuilt a section of it. He did a lot of work. He didn't break the nation. The nation's bank is not broken. When the nation was no longer there, because Elijah Muhammad's son, Wardi Muhammad, tried to take them over to the Arabs and turn them into total Arabs. Farrakhan went over with Elijah Muhammad's son, Wardi, but then went back to do what Elijah Muhammad stated should be done. Now, do I think that the nation should have a more African approach? Yes, I do. Do I think that the nation should support the things such as Prince Diamond does, helping people go back to Africa? And I agree with you. You made a very good point, Brandon. On we do need diplomacy in getting our people over to Africa. And you said, why doesn't Farrakhan go over there? And I believe you said a roundabout. Why doesn't Farrakhan go over there and vouch for the people to come back to Africa and things in that way? You got to remember that Farrakhan was talking to Muammar Gaddafi fully. You got to remember that Muammar Gaddafi offered Farrakhan $2 billion to start off.
Okay, Fajimati, let's stop there. What happened? What happened with the $2 billion? I want to know what happened.
The United States made it illegal and totally blocked it.
Okay, how
This
did
government.
Okay, so how did the U.S. Stupid question? How did the USA find out about it?
USA, CIA, you know, what don't they know? They y'all remember how they followed Malcolm X overseas to Africa? Y'all know Malcolm X went to Africa?
Don't.
Yeah, but my thing is, Fajimati, like they're okay. You have a lot of intelligent people in NOI, a ton.
Yes,
I'm sure there was a way. I'm sure there was a way around where the nation could have accepted the money. There's a way around it. That's what I'm trying to make. There had
you
to
sure
be.
About that? Because remember, Africa.
They have. So the Nation of Islam has branches in Africa and other places, correct? Other countries, right?
Yes.
They have one of those branches accept the money.
That's not easy with America. It's the same as when America blocked. So listen to this, Nope. It's the same as when America blocked Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe tried to get African Americans, including the Nation of Islam, to refine its diamonds. They actually offered it directly to grassroots African Americans. And again, the government in America said no. That's a whole
Yeah,
nation. Zimbabwe is a whole nation.
but what I'm saying is, this is the thing. What I'm saying is, the Nation of Islam, this organization that's supposed to be taking it to the white man, fighting white supremacy. How are you going to allow them to stop you from getting $2 billion? That's That's what I don't understand, Fajimani.
I mean, you wasn't. It depends on if you're willing to die for it. And I know you might be saying that the nation talks as if they're willing to die for it, but it's guaranteed. I mean, they killed Muammar Gaddafi. People keep forgetting they killed Muammar. They killed his granddaughters. They killed his wife and some other kinfolk. They just killed Muammar. Everybody's forgetting all this. This is a friend of his that was trying to unite Africa and was talking to Farrakhan about how the diaspora can help with the unity, with making the United States of Africa. Now, notice when somebody gets assassinated, all of our heroes. We're talking about heroes, people who've done work for the people. Now, Brandon, we can't forget that Farrakhan has done work for the people that none of us, and I work my ass off for the people. I'm grassroots. And I've done with the nation. We walked on blocks where in Chicago where they commit murders. We're begging people in the city of Chicago to squash the murders, not to retaliate, not to show up a funeral, not to retaliate after the funeral's been shot up. The nation is out there doing that with Christian churches, with Mason lodges, with Black Greek letter organizations, all together, and with some old street gang numbers, which I am. Which I was a leader in one of those, what they call a street gang, which people call street tribes. And the nation is a direct grassroots help to the streets. Little do people know. When people are on drugs, the nation invented a program that was before the 12-step program. On the back of every copy of a Final Call newspaper, the nation states what we want. And then you can pull that up. What we want. What the Muslims want. Is on the back of every Final Call. They tell you what they want for themselves and for the people at large. The nation is not just bent for self. Farrakhan is not just bent for self. Now, he may be different. And I think he's actually coming back to what he used to be. Now, being a graduate at this point, and dealing with African spirituality and Ifa and things of that nature, but still having the background of being a nation and took my shahada at a masjid to be what they call an Orthodox Muslim. I understand both sides, but I can't sit here and let it be said that Farrakhan done nothing, because I have my qualms with Jesse Jackson, but I still can say Jesse Jackson did something. So I think, Brandon, the way you're taking it is kind of harsh. I said I agree in part and disagree in part, though, Brandon. So I'm not saying I disagree with you wholly that things can't be updated. The nation Islam can be updated and upgraded. The more scientific can and should be updated and upgraded. The UNIA and all of our old organizations. But what I don't do is get rid of our grandparents and ancestors. Like, to get rid of it as a whole, like they did nothing. Why are you here then? You're asking for an abortion. You shouldn't be here. You can't be a Pan-African striking back if they didn't pave the way for you to be able to say this. You couldn't even talk like this if you had no Elijah Muhammad, Malcolm X, no Wajir Ali, Marcus Mosiah Garvey, Ida B. Wells Barnett. We couldn't talk the way we're talking, and we must be more protective of how we talk about our elders who did put in some work that we didn't put in. And Brandon, you and I are both putting in work. I see my resume. You can see yours. We're putting in grassroots work. So are they. They don't have to tell the TV everything they do. And as Chairman Fairhaven Senior said, because the thing you're speaking of are not personal things unless you've been a member of the nation or been on the streets with them, as they have been protecting women, men, and training people. So I'm not here to defend nor disrespect Farrakhan. I'm here to agree with some things Brandon said, but I think Brandon needs to speak with more people who have been more involved with the nation. And I think he needs to have a conversation with some top people in Farrakhan's part of the organization, so that he can actually ascertain as to what they're actually doing and what they're actually speaking against. Now, about the vaccine, COVID, that was mentioned. Okay, this is all an experiment, just like this country is an experiment. So there's the same as saying, okay, we're gonna let them experiment on us, do these vaccines, and we don't know what is gonna happen later. So if 3 years down the line, all those two vaccines start dropping, what you gonna say then, Brandon? But the best thing for us to do is to just go for and plan for the best and pay the best way for our people. Be diplomatic at making an embassy of a type for our people. But if you make an embassy, you have to include the Nation of Islam. You should. It's diplomacy. You should include the Hebrew, the Moorish Science Temple, and those others. So I think we need to take, Brandon, I'm just asking you to take a step back. I feel your passion, but take a step back and remember, who paved the way for us to do the work we do. That doesn't mean, though, to let them run as full dictators and fuck up the. No one, I don't care what your name is, should be allowed to put us in a worse situation. But Farrakhan has not put us in a worse situation. Nation Islam has not neither. And this whole vaccine thing is experimental. I mean, y'all want to forget that Johnson & Johnson, how many people Johnson killed with breast cancer from talcum powder? Y'all want to forget that? And look up the other companies, how many times they've been sued for killing your people. Worse than the Tuskegee experiment, actually. These same Pfizer, look them up. Look up the lawsuits, mainly from your people. So if we're going to speak on Farrakhan and his downfall, don't forget to speak on Johnson & Johnson and their downfall. Don't forget to speak on Pfizer and whoever else is there. But I very much appreciate you, brothers and the people on the show. I'm going to sit here and listen, Brandon. Thank you for listening. I'm going to sit here and listen. But I would like to stick around and hear some more. And if I can impart wisdom, I hope the ancestors bless me enough and older Mari and E5 bless me enough to be able to help us all through this and be more diplomatic with each other. Because we need every help, every hand we can get.
All right,
Okay,
brother.
let me respond to him. Okay, remember something. When I talk about the Nation of Islam, I'm not talking about what I want the Nation of Islam to do, brother. I'm talking about what the Nation of Islam said that they wanted and said that they were going to do. Remember that. I'm not saying nothing. I'm not criticizing how they do what they do. I'm criticizing the fact that they said they wanted to do something. They've had beyond the resources necessary to do it. Farrakhan had all the connections needed to do it, and he's never done it. This is a Final Call newspaper. Let's read what they want. What we want. We want our people in America, whose parents or grandparents were descendants from slaves, that's ADOS, to be allowed to establish a separate state or territory of their own, either on this continent or elsewhere. We believe that our former slave masters are obligated to provide such land and that the area must be fertile and minerally rich. We believe that our former slave masters are obligated to maintain and supply our needs in this separate territory for the next 20 to 25 years until we are able to produce and supply our own needs. Okay. Listen, I read what they want. Sounds like Africanism to me. We've evolved past the days where black people couldn't afford to get on airplanes. We've evolved past the time of Marcus Garvey, where you needed a boat to go from America to Africa, right? Now Pan-Africanists are like, look, we don't need our former owners to do the shit for us. We can do it ourselves. We have the resources. We ready to go. If that's what Farrakhan truly wanted, he should be calling all the Pan-Africanists to Chicago every year saying, you guys have surpassed what we desire to do. You're not even asking for a handout. You're ready to do it on your own. Let's get you guys the resources you need on top of what you got to make this vision a reality, because it coincides directly with what we said we wanted. You can't tell me that we so pissed off, we ready to do it ourselves. But you telling me, look, grown man 35 with gray in your beard, don't do it yourself. Don't do what Elijah Muhammad said, do for self. Wait on America to hand you. It's not consistent with the message that right here taught him. What we're doing is closer to what this guy said do than what Farrakhan is talking about. And you can talk about Farrakhan done this and done that. It's always he's done all these things. Where's the tangible results of it? All I see is Chicago going to hell. That's all I see. So you're going to have to tell me why I'm supposed to accept an F. Basically, if you graded this, it'll be a D minus. But a D minus, no, Brandon, you have to understand that the D minus effort is good enough for us. Why? Because that guy has way more money than I do. So if I could do it with the little bit of money I got, imagine what he could do with all the money that he has if he wanted to. What $2 billion? That's crumbs to black people. We spend trillions. We don't need more market about these damn money. We got our own money to do our own thing. So stop blaming the damn U.S. government. It's not their fault that you keep electing inept leadership. That's not their fault. Because Farrakhan do everything else he wants to do. He rolls around America, gets on jets, flying all over the place. Oh, but they're going to kill him and all that stuff. If he was under such attack, why they kill Muammar and didn't kill him? You're going to realize what Farrakhan is collaborating with the enemy. That's what you're going to realize once you wake up. He's right in with him. But no one wants to be honest about the situation. So the name is Pan-Africanism Strike Back, not Pan-Africanism Step Back. So I don't step back on nothing. If I didn't say it, I didn't thought it over for years, period. When you were still in the nation, I was thinking about this. So, and now I have the platform, thanks to technology and Dynasty, to express how I feel. And it's the way every black man and every black woman should feel if they have any semblance or concept of self-worth. Stop accepting less than leadership. It's too many strong black men out here ready to do it on their own to still be listening to some dude talking about a vaccine. Fujiman, I get the vaccine stuff. But if we had our own nation, if we had this right here, what this dude was talking about, we wouldn't have to worry about vaccines. We'd have our own. But in 40 years, Farrakhan has not even taken us to the point where we got 1 acre to call our own anywhere. Meanwhile, you got Chinese people moving all over the damn globe, establishing communities. Dynasty, am I right?
You're right.
No one's stopping them. But we got all the excuses. Oh, it's the government, and it's this, and it's that. All that start a business that we got to branch over. We working internationally over in this country and use the business as a front to go repopulate in that area. Get the citizenship. Dinah's taking black folks to get citizenship in Sierra Leone. Whole time, to use the word from the dude from Chicago who do the commercial, whole time, we talk about why Farrakhan couldn't do that. Right or wrong, Dynasty?
Right.
Okay, that's that argument. FBI, all this shit. Null and void, bro. Dynasty is doing it. If Farrakhan can't get it done, go follow Dynasty. He's more effective leadership because he's getting it done. And if he does it for 18 people, he's done more than Farrakhan did it for. We ain't starting no drug programs. The poor and the less fortunate, damn that. The middle class, the black man who's out here grinding, doing it every day, working hard. That's who needs the support. We need the support more than the drug addicts and the alcoholics. The black men raising families. We need somebody to come through and say, look, there's a lot of AA programs and Alcoholic Anonymous out here for these people. The black men who are the middle class, the economic engines of the black community, they need it. And that's where Farrakhan should give his resources to. But it's easy to go preach to the cheap seats. It's easy to go give a bum a sandwich and feel like you did something and pat yourself on the back. Damn that. Elijah Muhammad helped black men start businesses to feed their families. And you telling me I'm supposed to be satisfied because he got a crackhead off crack? White folks do that. I want more from this dude, and he's too old to give it to me. Time for new leadership or to go on to the next thing. Uche, go ahead, bro.
Uche.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Go ahead.
Yeah, can you hear me?
They hear you. Go ahead.
Hey, Dinas. Hey, Brandon. What's up, man? I just want to thank you guys for literally a lot of information and the political information that a lot of black people are literally too. I'm just sad to say, just too ignorant and too damn lost to understand what the issues are going on in the black community that they really fail to understand. Like with Brandon, I agree 150% what he said because. Like no disrespect to Farrakhan or any type of leader, any religious person, but let's be real, he's the Muslim version of T.D. Jakes. He's literally, that's all he is. And the thing is, black people have not made any type of significant racial progress after King assassination. Like I haven't seen, I hardly don't see. He preaches, but I see nothing. I see no type of effort into building our own institutions. Like I question almost every religious person out in the black community. What are we going to do? We can preach all this. We can get the Bible. We can get the Quran. We can get the Torah. But what are we building? You preaching the same stuff that has nothing to do with black people for decades. We still have no type of institution that can free us from this type of mental slavery. And the frustrating part is that we got a whole continent that's willing to say, come over here, come to the continent. We want you back. We want to build. We want to do this.
Hold on real quick. Ben X is in here. Ben X, just get on, bro. Get on, Ben X. You in here. You be talking that cap. Get on. Dynasty. Can you get the link? Like, can y'all set it up? Because it always come with this Farrakhan save my life shit. Bro, if Farrakhan was doing what he was supposed to do, your life would have never been in jeopardy 40 years after he took the mantle of the Nation of Islam. Don't play with me.
Brother Ben X, if you want to call in, link my emails in the chat room, send me an email and I'll forward you the link. Brother Ben X. Yeah, he's breaking up. Uche, go ahead, Uche. Somebody's breaking up. I don't know.
Say, but
okay, but
why is the nation's job to save?
Nothing has changed for the black community ever since civil rights era. And the thing is like what Brandon pointed out. He got all these resources. He got a lot of good connections. We could have built Black America would never been the same. Would go to a whole new level, probably on damn near even Garvey's level, if we just literally put our people first before any type of religion first. Because at the end of the day, everybody can be Christian, everybody can be Muslim, and everybody can be anyone they want to be. Economically impoverished, then they're almost guaranteed that for our community. It's like Africans are literally on the continent telling us to invest in Africa, come here, be home, be more welcome, build your institutions. We'll help finally get you land. Sorry, but Farrakhan and these other religious organizations aren't offering any of that. They're not even the gentrification, any of that. And it's the same thing over and over again. It's like, okay, but sit down, have a real discussion, and then just like, can we please build something? Can we please be more productive like Garvey was trying to do? Like after seeing what America's going to and the hell is going through right now, I don't want to imagine for the next 4 years after Biden leaves office. I just want to build. And the thing is, a lot of these so-called religious leaders are not. They're not talking about, let's go to Africa, let's see what we can build over there.
fam, let me
Go ahead.
fam, let me talk to you. We're
Brennan,
gonna talk on Muslim terms, okay? Back in the day, there was a general named Saladin, right? Saladin was a great general, northern Mesopotamia. During the time when he was around, northern Mesopotamia was very divided. Egypt, Syria, all these places, very divided. But the Christians occupied Jerusalem, which was considered a holy city for the Muslims and the Christians. Saladin succeeded in uniting all the different tribes of Mesopotamia, northern Mesopotamia, and going and expelling the Christians from Jerusalem and from northern Mesopotamia. Problem was, the Christians kept on coming back, trying to fight and stuff and take back Jerusalem. There was one time when the Christians took Jerusalem, and Saladin, everybody wanted Saladin to march in on Jerusalem and take Jerusalem back. Saladin was like, I can't do it because I united the tribes under me, but because we've been fighting for so long, the tribes are getting tired. The army is tired. The people who fund the army are getting tired of fighting, and they're ready to go back to their normal lives so they can live and build and prosper. The black man has been mobilized too many times. For you have to eventually deliver something when you continue to mobilize. This is what a true leader understands. If you keep calling your people to mobilize and you never deliver anything, eventually they become weary with battle. They get tired of mobilizing without anything to show for it. And Farrakhan and other religious leaders, they've lost sight of this because they're not real leadership. So when it's like, come on, guys, come on, we got to do something to produce something tangible. Farrakhan is only losing black people at this point because we're tired of him calling us to action and then nothing happens. Whatever happened to justice or else?
Exactly.
Oh, I'm a man march. Well, you already did 10 of those. Where's the results finally? And then you got Ben X who comes on with the company lines. Farrakhan saved my life. This is nothing but an ego stroke for Farrakhan. Well, Farrakhan didn't save my life. I saved my own damn life because I'm a man. I just avoided stuff that where I get into a point where my life is in jeopardy. Farrakhan saving your life is not a testament to his ability. Farrakhan saving your life while doing nothing is a testament to the terrible situation we as black men are in due to people like Farrakhan's ineffective leadership. So don't come at me with that. That's like my daughter saying, my dad saved my life. Well, damn, if your dad was doing his thing, you should have never been in a position where your life was in jeopardy. It's ineffective leadership, and I'm not going to give kudos to Sacred Cow. No disrespect, but we don't let that go. If we have, look, there's no such thing as a solution. There are only trade-offs. What are you willing to give up to get to the place you want to be? Farrakhan is one of the things we're going to have to let go. Al Sharpton, one of the things we're going to have to let go. Benjamin Crump, Cornel West, we're going to have to let these people go.
Would you let go of your grandparents? Would you let go of your parents and grandparents?
Don't even start on those brothers, man.
Are your parents and grandparents some of those things you have to let go?
What are you talking about?
Are your parents and grandparents?
Was a terrible, Fujiman, that was a terrible question to ask me because I had
to E5. E5,
sorry, brother.
Jumoni.
E5, sorry, brother. I didn't mean to.
No, it's okay.
Listen, brother. I had to let go of my whole family just to get to where I am today as a man, bro. My family is nothing but welfare recipients, lifetime generationally impoverished people who don't want nothing better for themselves. I had to let them go to have
your family is much more than that, my brother. E5 would say, E5, I'm speaking on African spirituality now. So you're talking about Farrakhan and religion and all this is spirituality. E5 would not say that about your family. African spirituality will not allow for you to speak and say that no one in the world is impoverished. You were given the entire planet and all of this wealth. Everyone here, no matter what your religion, we have an entire planet. You let them turn around and call it real estate and put deeds on it. This is our planet. It's our gold. It's our people. It's our water.
Okay, so
Amari gave us that.
When you say that to
me, what I want to say is this, Brad. What I want to say is this. It's not about Farrakhan. This is like running a race and passing on the baton. That man did something something in this. Now the baton is in Brandon's hands. Brandon's going to name the baton. Who is Brandon going to put the baton in? It's not about destroying or Farrakhan or the nation needs to go. It's we need to go. Let me finish. We need to go. We need to go forward. We got the baton now. We ain't got to worry about our grandparents. It's time for them to sit down in their wheelchairs. It's time for us to take care of them like they did us. But it's time for us to do our part. And while doing our part, raise our youth better than what they did. Because regardless of how you, if you talk to your family or not, you should still be respectful and diplomatic with your family. I'm the same way you are, Brandon. I make my own money on my own businesses. I go to the continent. I build things. My family's on the project. Some of them still, most of them still act like it. However, I'm diplomatic with them. I'm diplomatic.
But you had to leave the nation to do what you're doing because you even saw that it was nothing but the regurgitation of information over and over, and there was no action attached to it. Ben X is
I
saying,
did not. I didn't have to leave the nation to do what I was doing.
Well, you did. So something in you was like, yo, I'm not
exactly.
This. The point I'm making, listen to this. Ben X is talking about, I had access to the message years before me. Dinus, can you post up that? I'm younger than the whole panel. Ben X, we have, bro. But tell me this. What have you done since you got the message? How much property do you own? How much are you building a separate colony for Black Americans somewhere else in another place like what's on the back of that call? Having access to the message means nothing. All the men who are in the nation before you, who are still in there, have had access to the message before you. And what have they produced? So it's on you to be better than them. If you open up one anything, you will have succeeded. Will have surpassed 99% of the members of the nation. So go ahead and keep talking about a message that ultimately has yielded nothing for your people and trying to sell that to us. You are younger than us. That means you're more impressionable with us, more impressionable than us. That means smaller things appeal to you in a way that make you feel accomplished. Fine, bro. Put the bow tie on, put the suit on. But when you get up to speak, look out onto your people and realize your people are tired, bro. They're tired. They need something to keep them going. And ask yourself, why has your master not fed his people properly so that everybody can eat? Let's talk about Jesus. Jesus broke the fish and the bread and fed everybody. But everybody in the nation ain't eating. I know poor, homeless members of the Nation of Islam. He's not qualified anymore, or maybe he never was. He wasn't qualified to be given the reins or the mantle of leadership over our people. And you can understand that because underneath him, our people have made no progress. Saving a few drug addicts and alcoholics, that's not progress. What about a leader gives something for everybody to advance, Fajimoni? Everybody, not just the lower crust of our society. He saved my life. He saved my life. Well, what has he done for the millionaire? What has he done for the guy with $200,000 with a business? What has he done for the person with $50,000 just working, taking care of his family? Those people get left out while we sit up and listen to a bunch of ex-drug addicts and alcoholics talking about he saved their life. And that's good enough, huh? Damn, that's crazy because my aunt was a crackhead for 20 years. Tarzana the drug program at Tarzana over here in Long Beach got her off drugs after 20 years. Should we go start worshiping them and following them? That's not no achievement like that, y'all. We gotta want more for ourselves. This brother is speaking on political issues, but not providing any political benefit to our people. And you guys are okay with that. And then gets on and this and that and this and that. No, bro, you sound smart to people who are not intelligent. So that sounds smart to them. If I listen to you try to say, well, this guy's young, where's his family at? What does he produce? Does he have a kid who he has to nurture, raise up, a home, and maintain that, right? And maintain that for a long time. Be married.
Hold on. So, but Brother Ben X has a family.
Okay.
He's produced.
Okay. But what I'm telling you is, as a man, Farrakhan's words are not going to put food, well, for him it might, but for the average person, those words are not going to put food in their mouth every night, in their
But
family's mouth.
Brandon, why is that Farrakhan's job? Farrakhan's job is not to put food in my
Here we
children's
go.
mouth, bro.
Didn't
Like,
Farrakhan
Brandon,
call? Let me ask you a question. Didn't Farrakhan call himself the Cure? Didn't he call himself that, right or wrong?
look, to me, he's one man. But
Listen,
you,
if
me,
you're walking around,
Ute,
Matrimony, if you're walking around calling yourself the Cure, that's some ego stuff. But if you're calling yourself that, the answer, then you put it on yourself.
but I'm not concerned with what he calls this. Brandon, what I'm trying to tell you is, I'm not concerned with what he calls himself. He had his turn. It's our
But
turn, Brandon.
I'm not concerned. You asked the question, I gave you an answer. He put
But
that
I
load
wouldn't
on
attack
his
the man. The man
Okay,
is still
am I
putting
right
in
or
work for us, though, bro. The man's, I'm being, diplomacy, we want the United States of Africa one day, but we can't get along from tribe to tribe. We want to attack different elders that put in more work than we did because, and Brandon, I believe you will put in that work by the end of your life to match Farrakhan's, Noble Drew Ali, whoever. Dynasty will too. I will have to. Uche will have too. But until we get there, diplomacy still need to unify. And coming at this man and his nation is not fucking helping us, bro. It's not going to help us. But taking the good things that he's done, it took generations to get us here, bro. It took generations for them to get us into this state. We need a 4th-generation plan.
Hold on. I want to hear Modest. Go ahead, Modest.
Wait.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Let me hear Modest first. Go ahead, Modest.
Hey, so I'm kind of gonna come from a different angle. I think that one of the biggest issues is our community continuously falling for the pyramid scheme of organized religion. Organized religion, especially Christianity, takes so much out of the community. I'm always amazed how you can go to the poorest neighborhoods in any city in the U.S. It'll be completely African American, no white people anywhere unless they're starting to gentrify. And the church will have a brand new AC unit. It will have brand new paint. It will have brand new windows. Pastor will have a brand new suit. He will have the car of the year that we're currently in. And people are literally outside starving. And this is, Christianity, literally, that's the reason why you got black people walking around with the name John, Mark, Matthew. It isn't because these are names we picked. These are names we inherited after we got baptized on the correct side of the Atlantic and got pushed over here. Islam, they had their little slave trade before the Christians showed up. We got to stop falling for organized religion. Spirituality is good. Spirituality is necessary for good mental well-being. But organized religion, where we create cultic personalities, where this personality has so much power because he gets his authority from a book that honestly none of us was around when it was written, so we don't know how credible it is. Like, if we're just being factual, gets all his authority from a book, and now he can say, hey, if you don't give me 10%, you're gonna go to hell. Or, hey, bro, if you don't put into the little pot that helps everyone gets a community burial in the Islamic faith, you're not a good Muslim. And now, like, we're pulling resources off of the hearsay of another guy, where we should just be like, you know what, brass tacks, common sense. Hey, let's all put in, all of us who are really going to do something and try to make something happen. Because especially with Christianity, it creates a savior mentality. We're always waiting for the savior. We're always waiting. Where's the next Martin? Where's the next Malcolm? Where's the next this? Where's the next that? And we should be asking, when are we buying the next plane ticket? Instead of looking for the next savior, looking for all this stuff. Like, we got to start owning up and stop buying into the pyramid scheme of, the church business in America, and particularly Christianity. But that was something from the title that just from personal experience, like it's just really hits really close to home, you know.
Let me say this. Dennis, can you post that comment about 40 million black people that was put up? Farrakhan can't feed everybody. 40 million black people. It was Ben X's comment. I just want to address that. I'm gonna say I'm gonna talk about what he just talked about, because the point is valid. But I want to just show how it all of a sudden becomes this disassociation. Oh, he can't do everything. That's excuse making right there, because he markets himself as, I know I'm wise. I know more than you. Okay, right here. Okay. It's 40 million plus black people. He can't feed every damn body. Okay, you got Rizza Islam. They got you, Ben X. They got Ishmael Muhammad, James Muhammad, Nuri Muhammad, Chad Muhammad, all this. Why don't each one of y'all just take $1 million? Each one of y'all just take $1 million and handle that. You guys are powerful brothers who are powerful speakers. But as soon as we call on you guys to put in work behind the stuff you talking, we can't feed everybody. You can't. And when we go talk to our families, we can't tell them, look, y'all, Dad got one biscuit. I can't feed everybody. You got to do what you got to do. If the nation is a nation, you're responsible for the nation.
Right.
You never see Joe Biden get on stage and say, well, we can't feed everybody. You never see that. At least start to attempt to tackle the problem in a real way, with tangible resources, with real efforts, real programs, real plans of action. I can't get everybody land in Africa, but I can get OAP people land in Africa, because once you start doing it, people imitate. And imitation is the highest form of flattery, but there's no example being set, because you guys are pretty much non-existent in the major cities of America now. You don't see, back in the day, I see the bow ties all over the place. Now, they're rolling their Lexuses and their Mercedes. You don't see them no more. They're not in the streets no more. It's disconnected from the streets. But you'll just keep making excuses and excuses. And what you become, Ben, is you become a professional paid excuse maker. Apology. And
it's
you're
because,
smart brother.
Well, it's because pyramid schemes by nature, they have to dangle the carrot. We can't feed everybody, but we will feed some. Hey, look, I'm at the top of the pyramid. Not all of us are going to make $10 million off 5 links, but some of you guys will. Like it always has this little edge of, hey, we can do this. But the truth of the matter is,
let me interject. I think, Brandon, I don't think that's really Brother Ben X. I think that's like I don't want to say troll account, but
no. That's him.
I don't think that's.
No. Dynus, that's him, bro. That's him.
I don't think it's him, because he just made a comment. Hold on, let me read the comment. I didn't have to suffer during the food shortages because of our farm. Nobody really. I don't think that's him.
Yeah, what food shortages, bro? Listen, that's him, bro. He been on my.
I don't think that's him. But what food shortages?
Bro,
there's a toilet paper shortage. There's a toilet paper shortage.
Fam, listen. When you realize about religion, they always magnify small issues to make it seem like Allah or their organization delivered them. There's people.
I don't think that's the next. What food shortages?
Bro, there
was a toilet paper, and I couldn't find disinfectant like Clorox wipes and masks. That was back from in March through May.
There was no food shortage.
There was no food shortage.
Only thing I can think of is when the news had all those shots of
I don't think that's go ahead, bro.
But the main thing is that they're always going to tout the 1 and the 2, but that's not what they promised from the beginning. Religions is all about, hey, we can change the world, we can reach the world, we can do all this big stuff. But when it comes down to it, the church still has their nice AC in the middle of the hood, and nobody has air conditioning. The pastor's still rolling up in his nice car, and nobody's eating. And it's like, look, bro, look, check this out. You can't feed 40 million. Maybe you could if you actually tried. because the U.S. government feeds the entire military off of next to nothing. Next to nothing. I was a food inspector in the military, and I'm telling you, they feed the entire military on next to nothing. If we were like on some like, hey, look, I'm not gonna buy you Doritos. I'm gonna buy you beans and rice and some fruit. You could probably hit a lot. You could probably hit a lot of families, but you really don't see that going. Just a lot of excuses being made. And like, we just have to catch on. Like, you know what, T. Jakes, after 20 something books, bro, I don't think what you're saying is really going to help me. It makes me feel good. You're a great motivational speaker. You have an awesome, profound effect with a microphone, but what you're doing isn't going to help me. And we fall for the lights every single time, and the music and the shouting. But when we go home, go back to our lack. None of these sermons are talking about the destructive effects of there always being a lighter complexion woman as the standard of beauty on television. None of these sermons are talking about how a black man can never raise his voice at work. These sermons are ever talking about when you are a black man at your job, you always have to have your hands a certain way because you don't ever want to appear threatening. We're not talking about that at church. We're going to keep talking about the same stories that we've been talking about for the past 2,000 years and not really touching any issues. But that's my biggest thing. It's just, when are we going to start wising up and like stop putting real dollars into things that just make us feel good?
No, I think no, I know. Hold on one second. I think I understand. Okay, so I see what Ben is saying. Yeah, but I see what he's saying. But at the I think, but it wasn't that there was food shortages. It's just that people didn't have access to get food because Texas was frozen. But like me, I go to the grocery store and I stock up on food, so I have enough food in my house that could last me, 6 months if something were to happen.
So
but some people aren't that forward thinking. When you go to the grocery store, get you canned soups and and all that other stuff. So I think that's what he's referring to. But it wasn't necessarily food shortage. It's just people that have access to go to get the food because everything was frozen.
Dynas, let me tell you something. First of all, that is really Ben X, by the way. I know it was him because he commented on my other stuff talking about I'm trying to use his name to get notoriety. Not true. I don't even talk about that. But Dynas, listen to me. You came on here. This is why I saw a cap, Dynas. And everybody listen, this is why I saw a cap from Ben. You came on talking about what Muhammad Farms did for you. You are the upper crust of the Nation of Islam, bro. You worked your way up there. You sit on stage with Farrakhan. But you didn't come on here telling me or anybody else, well, if there's ever a food shortage, this is how Muhammad Farms can help you. It's always a personal testimony. We're back on I was walking through the forest and the angel of God appeared to me, nobody else, showed me some shit on some tablets, and came back to tell me, he told me to go tell y'all what all the blessings God did for me. It's
That's
just
right, Joseph Smith.
That's it. It's Joseph Smith type stuff. What I'm saying is this. If you cannot deliver it to all these people you're telling me to come follow what you're saying, let me tell you something about being a king. Back then, when the king was, all the kings were basically under the protection of the king. When you talk, due to social media, when you speak on these platforms, there are many who are under your voice. When they're under your voice, you're telling them, I have a better option for you. If you come this way, I could help you. Meanwhile, all you guys have to do, bro, is build it. And the people who are motivated to do what you're saying you want to do, they will come with you. The Nuwabians did it. It didn't work out. What's the guy? Jim Jones brought all those people to Guyana and people followed him, right? And they went over there because that's what they wanted to do. Stop making it seem like you can't do what you claim you want to do because you don't have enough resources to help everybody. All you got to do is build it. Black folks got plenty of money. If we want to be there, we will be there. We will get there. A lot of these people leaving America to go to Africa probably would go join you out there. And you can make taxes and all that stuff and people Now you got resources. All I'm saying is this: if you can't handle it, stop promoting it as if you have a means for everybody. Just say, look, we can only take a couple. I need a few good men to come out here and do what we got to do. But when you do it like on this, oh, black people, you're a nation, and come do this and do that, just make sure you got the resources to feed that nation. Because black people got plenty of damn money. I'm telling you, be not broke. But it's always excuses.
All right, Michael Flex, go ahead.
Peace, family. Yes, I am a member of the Nation of Islam, brother. Pan-Africanism. I've heard your.
I watched one of your videos.
Yes, peace to you, my brother. Yeah, so I don't think it's excuse making at all. You raised some valid points. But one thing that I heard you say earlier is that you stop messing with some of your family members because some of them have, like you said, a welfare mentality, correct? Yes? Okay. So the same thing with us and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. We can't have a welfare mentality either, because the Holy Quran teaches the believers, teaches the Muslims, that Allah does not change the condition of a people until they change first, right? So me as a man, I can't expect another man to do and provide for my family, and I can't expect another man to do and provide for my family the way I should do and provide for my own family. See, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is an example of what a man should be. If we say we are men, right? We talk about, the minister talk about all of black people doing for the masses. But one thing that you got to understand, my brother, is that the Nation of Islam, as far as registered Muslims, we a small sector within the black community. It's not the Nation of Islam won't be able to save all the black people without the unity and the participation of other black people and other organizations. So the whole responsibility should just be left on the shoulders of the Nation of Islam. And you got many black organizations who's a part of this same work. So the best thing that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan can do is try to unite the masses of black people. And another thing that you stated, my brother, is that we teach, but we're not providing any real tangible solutions, right? And I would beg to differ, because and I give some example. I'll give an example, right? People know the nation for doing security. This is just one example. This is a small section of business that we do. People know the nation for doing some security. So we take on new people, new brothers to come in, and we say, look, man, we're going to employ you, got a security company. We're going to give you a job. But we don't just bring brothers and sisters in and just throw them on the job. No, we got to train them. We got to teach them, show them, how we go, because why? You under there representing us. Same thing with our people. Same thing with the masses of our people. If we saying, look, we need this, we need land, we need businesses, we need schools, we need hospitals, then look, come get the training if you want to be a part of the Nation of Islam. But the minister said everybody don't have to come to the mosque. Everybody's not going to be able to fit in the mosque. Do what you need to do where you are, whether if you're in a Christian church, whether you're a Jew, whether if you're a Buddhist, whatever. But the advancement of our people comes first. Nobody talks about the time the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan was going to receive $1 billion donation from Muammar Gaddafi.
Okay, stop right there, brother. Please, what happened? And Brandon, don't interrupt. I need to know what happened to the money. Like, what happened, brother? I need go ahead.
The United States government blocked it.
Okay, so bro, let me ask you this. So this is my question. Not to cut you off, brother. I got questions now. All right. So I keep hearing, okay, the Nation of Islam, they want to create our own nation and separate from America.
Yes.
How close is the nation from doing that? Because I mean, with $1 billion, my thing is with $1 billion, the nation probably could have did something like the Hebrew Israelites or these other groups, went to a different country, got the $1 billion and set up shop. Just help explain it where so I can understand, because that's the part I don't get. Like, you had $1 billion and
No, we
man,
never
the
got
U.S.
it.
government,
No,
but he didn't get it. But I'm saying Gaddafi had offered it, and then the excuse is that we couldn't accept it because of the U.S. government. But I'm like, hold on, I thought the Nation of Islam wanted to separate from the U.S. government anyway. So the $1 billion is your Kickstarter money. But so go ahead, bro.
no, I agree with you, but they blocked it, so we never got it.
But blocked it how? If you want to separate, you separate, go set up shop and get your money.
But when it comes to that, I really can't say how they blocked it. I don't know. So I just got to be honest with you. But based on my understanding of what happened, he offered the money, but before the minister can actually receive the money, they blocked it. So my point in even making that statement was the minister had plans on helping the Black community with that money. He had plans on helping Black organizations with that money. Why? So they wouldn't be in the pockets of the enemy, and they can speak freely and they can work freely to help our people. That was the point that I was trying to make in reference to the money.
Yeah, but I just still don't. I mean, the $1 billion could have been your seed money to have your own nation. Because from my understanding, the Nation of Islam was to separate. So I don't understand. I just don't. That's the part where I don't get.
Brother, I just want to go off of what you said before. I just want to ask you a question, then I want to, right. So you said that Mr. Farrakhan is an example of what a man should be, right?
Yes, sir.
And he's the leader of the Nation of Islam, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Minister Louis Farrakhan quotes the Bible pretty often, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you familiar with the scripture found in John 14:3?
Probably so. Would you like to read it?
That. It's in the comments. Dodge, can you post that for me?
Mm-hmm.
John 14:3, for my people who are not familiar with the scriptures. Brother Minister Farrakhan acknowledges that the scriptures are relevant, the Holy Scriptures. And if I go and prepare a place for you, this is Jesus, I will come back and take you to be with me, that you may be where I am. If Minister Louis Farrakhan is an example of what a man should be, and he's the leader of the nation, should he not go make the place for you that they talk about on the back of this final call? See this? This place they talk about.
Where's the place?
Let me finish. Shouldn't he go prepare? Shouldn't he go chart out that place, prepare it, then come back and get you and take you there? You can't be an example of what I should be if you can't even do what you are telling me that I should do.
Now, let me ask you this. Now, because you raised up the final call newspaper.
Let me get one sentence.
Go ahead.
I am the leader.
Brandon, one sentence, Brandon. One sentence.
I am the leader of the OAP. I found a place. I found a place. I prepared it for the OAP, and now I'm taking them there, right? Farrakhan has much more money than me. It's easy for him. If he wanted the $2 billion, why didn't he just move to Libya, get the $2 billion, and make a place for y'all?
See, Malcolm, that's the part I don't understand. Like, you want to separate from America. You had $1 billion. Leave, go set up shop somewhere, and then you get the money and you bring the people over. And the thing is, the Hebrew Israelites did it. Yeah, they just did it with Israel, even though they have an issue.
Think about that though. You just take money and leave, and then you just leave the people.
But that's the
work is in America.
So you don't want to separate.
No, I'm saying, but the work is in America.
So you don't want to separate.
Our objective is to save all our people and then separate, not separate and leave our people.
Brandon has to repeat the verse. You got to prepare the place first.
You just said everybody can't go. You said everybody don't got the mindset. So what you gonna do? You all gotta die. Everybody get on board.
No, it's not that everybody. People don't have the mindset right now. But that's why it's the duty, hold on, that's why it's the duty of us to teach all of our people, make sure all of our people get the word. So when you said that Farrakhan is supposed to go and prepare a place, what place are you referring to?
He has to go chart that place out, just like Akon made
You broke
found a
up. You
place.
broke up.
Okay,
You
he
broke
has to
up.
go chart that. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
He has to go chart that place out and find that place, just like Akon did, just like I did, just like RJ did, and everybody else who's doing a land thing for African Americans. He has to lead the cause or send someone on his behalf to find the place. Farrakhan has enough connections in Africa and the Middle East to get a place for y'all. I guarantee that.
But now, can you show me where that is in the back of the Final Call newspaper, where the Muslims said that we are looking for a place outside of this country?
They
Yeah,
said,
but okay, but brother Malcolm,
No, we got to keep in context.
Malcolm, hold on, Malcolm. No, Brandon, hold on, Brandon, hold on.
It's here.
No,
It's
that's not
here.
in the Final Call.
Listen.
It said that we are trying to get 8 to 10 states.
Listen to this, brother. It says to be allowed to establish a separate state or territory of their own, either
In
on
America.
this continent or elsewhere. You're wrong, brother. You're wrong. It says either on this continent or elsewhere. It says that. I'm reading it off the back of the Final Call as we speak right here. Final Call. This continent or elsewhere.
Okay.
And bro, and Malcolm
you're
Flex.
right. You're right. No, he's right. He's right. Thanks for the correction.
But it's not gonna help. It's not gonna happen here. So again, I think you know that. So he had $1 billion. He could have took it and went and set up shop. Because I mean I forgot that there's another group who's been preaching, the 10 southern states that should be for black people. It's not gonna happen. So now we got to deal with reality and say, okay, if we're gonna build our nation of our own, it has to be outside of America. And that's just reality. It's not gonna happen here.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is this. That's fine and dandy, but he's one individual. So now let's look at it. We got hold on. We got other people that are critical. You're critical of the minister. So let me ask you.
I like the minister. I don't agree with everything he says, but I like the minister.
Fine. That's beautiful. But now, what are you all doing so we can make that next step?
I'm taking several people to Sierra Leone in a couple of weeks to get their citizenship.
The Pan-Africans are on code. The Pan-Africans are on code. We all building right now on the continent, grinding. And that's why we're even in a position to call out anybody else, because we're doing it. While other people are saying, well, this person's one man. I'm one man, but I'm doing what I can. And
you have a place. You have a place on the continent where black people can go that we can look up and verify it.
I'm building it right now. But people in the audience, they will tell you I'm doing it right now. And Dynas is
taking people from America, black Americans.
Listen, I've secured a place where the members of the OAP, if they want to go move there, they can do that. The land has already been purchased. It's fertile land, just like it says in the Final Call. There's already naturally corn and everything growing on it. If they want to go there, they can go there. OAP is grinding. Listen, the number one rule of leadership is never ask a man to do something you're not willing to do. So I've already done it, or we wouldn't be having this conversation. What I'm telling you is, you brothers are intelligent. The Nation of Islam is full of intelligent brothers. Stop saying he's only one man. If he would distribute, you remember Moses, right? You read the Bible. Moses was old. The Most High, the Sky Daddy, he told him, and this is Allah, actually, that's Allah, told him, he said, Moses, you're old, you're up in years. Distribute some of the responsibility to the younger men, because you can't do everything. It's on him. Even Jesus, perfect, had 12 disciples. He actually had more than 100. He distributed the work out to them to do because he couldn't do everything. That's why the idea of the leader is a failed concept. You can't say he's only one man when you're an intelligent brother. I've heard you speak. Ben X, intelligent brother. Nuri Muhammad, intelligent brother. Y'all got plenty of well-equipped men who could go out and handle that task. But it's like, what's going on? Where's the disconnect? Let's get it done.
Yeah, but you gotta understand, my brother, that people are working. You know, I can name 5 people off the top of my head with land. You know, I can name, you know, over 20 people with businesses. You know, I can, you know, and how many lives that are constantly being affected every day. So one thing that we got to understand is that, yeah, you over here doing it on the island, and we got people like one of our student ministers, Brother Akbar Muhammad, has dual citizenship in Ghana, has land in Ghana. You know, so it's people doing the work regardless to where we're doing it. But when we have conversations like, oh, should we cancel the Nation of Islam, is very unproductive. Because
it's a question.
Hold on,
it's a question.
It's a question, but is it the right question though? Okay, because instead of trying to cancel a productive section of our community, we need to figure out how can we participate, how we can unite and do what you're doing, Brother Pan-Africanism, doing what you're doing, Prince Dynas. That's the type of conversation that Black people need to be having, not asking questions, oh, does it need to be canceled? Because y'all doing good work, but his brothers is that's doing work that's equaling what y'all doing.
But we have to acknowledge the reality. Historically speaking, anytime someone who has expressed an alternate perspective or an alternate viewpoint of how Black people should go even within the Nation of Islam, they've basically been excommunicated. So we can't sit here and allow you to hold on. We can't sit here and allow you to make it seem like Nation of Islam is like, yo, we're open for all suggestions. That's not how that works.
No. Please explain that. What do you mean?
Okay, you got guys like Khalid Muhammad want to do something different. He was disbarred. He was gone. Even when Elijah Muhammad, Malcolm X, disbarred. Several people. Okay, but several people who even the brother Fujaman was like, I'm no longer in the Nation of Islam. There's a disconnect there, and I'm not saying I understand everything. I'm not going to say that.
But let me say this, Brother Pan-African. If you're going to have the same thing. If you're going to be a leader of a nation or organization, you're going to have people to believe. You're going to have defectors. You're going to have critics who used to be a part of what you
already had it. I've already had
organized. That's what I'm saying. So
but
if you want to hold,
but I still deliver.
But you're not the only one delivering.
But Malcolm Flex, listen, I had people who 1 week into OAP, people I thought were the most committed, they were quitting. I took 4 trips to Africa in 3 months because I said I have to deliver to these people who put their faith in me. I'm not asking you or anybody else to save the world, but give us something tangible. Give us something where we could say, dang, the brothers is not a lot, but they got it and it's going, and we all know about it. And if we choose to be a part of it, we can do that. Our people come on once they see success. That's how Black people are. The stadium will be empty. Let you win a game, it's going to be packed the next game. That's how we are. So knowing our people with the intricate knowledge and understanding of our people that the NOI and Brother Farrakhan has, he should know that of all people. If Farrakhan put 18 acres in the middle of the desert in Africa, you're going to get like 50 Black people trying to go move there. Right or wrong, Dynas?
Yeah, more than 50.
Build it and they will come. We've proven that. You got Black people running to Ghana like chickens with their head cut off just because they heard about some land over there. Heard about. I saw some guy bought some land in a desert. He was so excited. I said, this is a freaking desert. He was excited. Our people are saying they want to leave now. This is prime time for the Nation of Islam to capture the momentum and use that to fulfill their goal. Because we now are ready to leave. In the 60s, we wasn't ready. But we ready now.
Yeah. You know, but one thing that you got to understand and see, you can't do the minister injustice, because not only has the minister said it, but the Honorable Elijah Muhammad also said it as well. Our people have a choice whether they want to stay or whether they want to go. You know, so I understand the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he never was opposed to our people going back to Africa. They said you have a choice. You know what I mean? So, if you're in part of one area doing the work, you know what I mean? That's a beautiful thing. There are other people in other areas doing something. If we say we a body of people, then, you got to be the hands, I got to be the feet. That's how I got to work. You know what I mean? Just because one individual is doing a part of the work doesn't make it better than what the next individuals are doing.
Mhm.
If it wasn't even for an organization for a nation of Islam, you wouldn't probably even have it in your mind to go back to Africa.
Nah.
Come on. Who was teaching black
Nation of
consciousness before
Islam
the nation,
never
man?
influenced me to go back to Africa. Nation of Islam never played a role in me going back to Africa, bro.
No, I got my
Okay. Well, let me
I
ask
don't
you
know about
then.
that one.
Well, what influenced you, brother?
Dr. Amos.
I tell you what influenced my friend Yishak Abraham influenced me.
Okay, where is he from? Is he from Africa? He's from
This
Africa.
was my
It's like had nothing to do with me going back to Africa.
Dr. Amos Wilson was my influence, bro. I'm being honest with you. I read this.
Come on, man. Now let's be real.
Malcolm,
But
bro,
we gotta be
Nation of
real.
Islam had nothing to do with me going back to Africa,
We gotta
bro.
be real. We gotta be real though.
I'm being real.
We gotta be real. If we gonna talk about being enlightened, being woke, going back to the motherland and all that type of information, wasn't none of that being really talked about until the nation started doing it.
Nah, Malcolm, come on, bro.
Because I'm gonna tell you, there's been a time where they were banning brothers coming from Africa that you could even come into the countries in the early 1930s and before then. You could be a foreigner from Africa and come in.
Can I ask you a question?
America?
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Okay. Earlier in this conversation, you misstated the statement of the Nation of Islam saying that it was talking about only getting a piece of land within the United States. So how can you, who is a part of the nation, who didn't even know that the final call said this continent or another continent, expect us to know that it said this continent or another one, say that our desire to move to another continent was motivated by the Nation of Islam? That can't be true, because even you thought that the Nation of Islam was talking about taking over only the southern states. That doesn't add up.
That's what you call.
We came from Garvey. We came from Amos Wilson. You even thought that your organization only wanted to take the southern states. So don't tell us that we give credit to us wanting to leave this continent to the Nation of Islam, when even the members of the Nation of Islam don't know that the Nation of Islam is open to leaving the continent. I'm just speaking.
I've always known the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said that we have a choice. That's something commonly known amongst all of us.
No, but Malcolm, this is my thing. I'm gonna let Fajimoni speak. Okay, it's just in 2021. I'm not a member of the Nation of Islam. I don't know what's going on, what meetings are happening. If you think that you're going to be able to create a nation within the United States of America, is delusional. So you're going.
I would disagree with that. I would disagree with that.
Oh, come on, bro. Come on.
I would disagree with that.
Malcolm.
You never thought you have a black president either.
He's not black. Barack Obama is black.
Come on, brother. Now I'm delusional.
Okay, I'm sorry. For intense purposes, he was black in America. But I mean, it's Obama, bro. It's not gonna happen.
Well, that's your opinion, though.
You have to understand, they're already taught along the lines of looking at a singular charismatic figure. So that's significant to them. But we think along the lines of the collective diaspora of black people. So it's a different ideology.
So we don't?
Y'all still looking for the singular leader. That's the problem. Instead of saying, look, damn the leadership, let's just try to get all black people at least moving in the right direction. And so y'all look at Barack Obama like that's an achievement. If the whole damn U.S. government black, okay, maybe that's an achievement.
So you don't think it's important to have one leader, one head? Everybody's in charge, is what you're saying.
No. Leadership is very important, but the leadership has to be effective and it has to delegate responsibility to others where it can't handle everything. The nation is really too big for the black nation as a whole. 40 plus million is too big for when we think of the nation of Islam. All we thinking about is Farrakhan. It should be at least 5 or 10 dudes who have become synonymous with the nation who go around speaking and doing the work.
We already have that.
Bro, but that's only in-house. People know y'all. On a national level, most people don't know who you are or Ben X. Everybody knows Farrakhan. I'm telling you. I didn't even know who you were.
Nationwide, we have a lot of well-known people that are well-known in the nation.
Well, they got to go do some well-known work and get us where we need to be. That's all I'm saying. You
hold on 1 second. Go ahead, Fajimoni. Fajimoni just dropped $100 in super chat, so I got the floor is yours. The floor is yours. The floor is yours. It's yours.
Salam alaikum, Malcolm Flex. Malcolm Flex, take brother Warren Muhammad head of the final call, or maybe head of your media department about me. And tell him Mike Muhammad was on Dinah's show.
Yes, sir.
So hit brother Warren up. And he'll let you know.
Sir.
And he'll brother Dwayne too, all right?
Yes, sir.
Now, Justice Brandon, I didn't necessarily lead a nation to do what I had to do. I didn't have to lead a nation to do what I had to do. I see it as like college degrees. A person that, and I have those. I got associate, got bachelors. I'm sitting there chilling, looking at my masters. Whatever I've done, they're degrees. They help me to get the work in for our people. I agree with Malcolm Flex when he was saying, I'm trying to be diplomatic here. You got people calling, they looking for drama, and I'm like, I see how YouTube shows go now. They're like, you ready to refute it, Brandon? And blah, blah. I'm not trying to refute Brandon. Brandon, my brother. So for the sister or brother, whoever dropped that, look, I'm gonna get that, man. Like, ain't y'all fucking tired of fighting? Like, y'all ain't tired of fighting, no? Where we getting? Where are we gonna get talking against Farrakhan? Where are we gonna get talking against Malachi Z. York? Malachi Z. York brought land in Eatonton, Georgia, successfully and separated. What they do with him? The same thing they did to Honorable Elijah Muhammad, destroy his character. Y'all keep asking the questions that's gonna get people messed up in the game. They take you out when you deal with Africa. The African nations got their new colonial freedom in the 1960s, 70s-ish. Guess who was there? Guess who paid for it? Booker T. Washington, W.E.B. Du Bois, Malcolm X was there as the spokesman for the Nation of Islam, actually, Brandon. I'm just trying to help y'all with y'all research. So I'm on this channel that's coming up called The Exposure Room. It's going to be on YouTube. The Exposure Room. It's to get positive exposure mainly. I'm not trying to do negative exposure. We need to be exposed to history and know it. We can know that Malachi Z. York successfully set up in the middle of country bunk in Georgia, and the FBI and whoever else came and got him out of there and his people. He elected sheriff, he elected people. He was successful at doing what Elijah Muhammad said in that paper. He did what they do to him. Took him out. Martin Luther King now got taken out when they were dealing with Africa. They somehow staying what we're doing with Africa and uniting Africa. If you really want, and I know this is gonna cause me some problems. You really want to look at what they feel about Pan-Africanism? Look at when they assassinated anyone and know that they were dealing with Africa and the unification of it. That don't mean we should be scared. I go to Africa, I'm going to shout out to Diamond. I will see him in Africa. He don't know it yet. I was going to tell him anyway, but I'm going to be in Africa, support his trips to Sierra Leone, Nigeria, support his page, support Pan-African Strikes Back. I don't like that title. Don't do Pan-African thing.
But, okay,
I'm not
so
going to fight with no panelists.
we're not going to be able to get anywhere if every time somebody starts asking the
But I
real questions, it's taken as we're trying to insult or attack somebody. Listen, I'm not no Trump or no lightweight. I can sit up here and match with the best of the nation, the Hebrew Israelites, anybody. I'm well versed, well read. But once we get to the same place, we have to start asking questions or we won't move forward. Could you imagine how useless it would be for me to say, I'm going to join the nation and just become a worshiper of Minister Farrakhan's personality? That's not helping Black people. I don't care about Farrakhan. I don't care about Hebrew Israelites. I don't care about any of that. I care about the progress of our people. Unless you're talking about the progress, showing me the work, doing it, you could say anything you want about peace. We have to go to war. Because if you're not working in the direction that I'm trying to go, I have to go to war with you because I'm trying to get somewhere. Ain't no warrior about to sit up discussing shit in the temple with the wise men. He's going out to conquer and take over land so that the resources are coming into the kingdom. You guys want Pan-Africanism to sit idly by and be in cahoots and chill with. Pan-Africanism has changed now. It's not what you think it is. It's us, and we're aggressive, we're driven, we're motivated, and we're ready for the smoke. So if you're not trying to help us, stop trying to calm us down. It's not going to happen. Just do
Now,
what
let me
we
ask
do.
you a question.
I mean, we can copy you.
Let me ask you a question. I got two questions for you right quick.
Somebody
So,
needs to
so,
silence the mic.
is your plan as far as, because we support y'all. You know, we're not against what y'all doing. So is your plan to get all of our people and go back to Africa? And the second question is, what does your organization do within the community as far as helping our people? And how far do you go into the community helping our people?
Okay, so I had an organization called Like Minds. That organization was more community based, doing stuff, feeding the people, helping people with their health and wellness, political education. We had seminars, huge seminars, stuff like that, right? And we mostly aimed our things at the middle class Black people. You know, people who people think got money so they don't need no help. We tried to help those people because we understood, even though you might have a job, you could still be broke and struggling and stuff. So we didn't go feeding the homeless. We fed the people who I felt as the leader were the economic engines of our community. If you don't got middle class Black people, you can't sell Final Calls and bean pies because the homeless don't buy Final Calls and they damn sure don't buy bean pies. So I fed the people. I helped the people who were the economic engines of our society, the middle class. Now, once I had that, I was asked to take over a study group at a place in Long Beach. I'm not going to say the name just in case this gets kind of controversial reception. But I was asked to take over a study group in Long Beach. I took that study group over. I tried to do some things. A lot of egos came into play. It was all based around going back to Africa. I was on YouTube. I had kind of given up, like, yo, I'm just going to try to focus on like my family and doing stuff. But when I came to YouTube, I saw there was a lot of people who were really looking for tangible results. And I saw there was a lot of people just fleecing our people along. Trust me, I held all the YouTubers accountable. Trust me. So the minister ain't the only person I've ever called out on something. But once I realized that wasn't available outside of like guys like Dynas and stuff, I created my own entity to do that. And within 6 months, it was a 2-year plan. But because I kept going to Africa, I was able to secure the land within 6 months for our people. So what I'm telling you is, I'm not trying to save all Black people. I'm trying to set an example so that other people can imitate it. And it would be an honor if a big organization like the Nation of Islam would basically follow suit on that, which there's other brothers who have done the same thing. But if they did that, they could do that in a major way. I'm not trying to be the little Lord sitting on top of an idea. I want you, just like, you know how people start, you know how the Panthers started the WIC program, giving people food and milk and stuff, and then the government said, hey, that's a good idea. So they started doing it on a national level. That's what I want the nation to do. Look down below you guys. Look at the little guys who are doing things and see which one of those ideas is good. Then y'all can put y'all weight behind it and it becomes something big and major. That's it. I'm not trying to pull y'all down off of y'all perch. I'm just saying, look down at the cheap seats sometimes, and you might get some innovation and some new ideas, which
We do.
need to be in, and then y'all could do it in a big way. I don't need credit. The OAP is a little thing, but y'all have the resources to do it way bigger than me, and our people need it and they want it, and we got to give it to them.
But see, and listening to you, my brother, you know, it's beautiful what you're doing. That's why I'm saying, like, you know, we gotta quit swallowing the camel and straining at a gnat. You know what I mean? We swallow a camel, we strain at a gnat. We find little petty little squabbles and things to talk about, but we all are heading towards the same goal, headed towards the same direction. So that's why I asked you the question to learn more about what you're doing in your business, because you said that, you know, your goal isn't necessarily to save all the people. You know, ours is to save all of our people. You know, so that's why we in the projects, we in the slums, we are feeding the homeless. You know, that's why we do what we do, but it's necessary while we doing what we do. You know what I mean?
James, go ahead, James.
Okay, let me say peace to the panel, man. I'm James with Pan-African Design. As you can see the colors and stuff, right? So you know I'm Pan-Africanism as well. Brother Malcolm said some things that I kind of wanted to touch on, and I really wanted to simplify the subject matter in which Dynasty says the title of the show is do we need to get rid of, I believe, the Nation of Islam, or is it time to discard it? Something of that matter. I would say yes, but I'm not going to say it. I'm trying to be malice in any type of way. And when I say that, we have to start putting things in historical context so we can understand why we need to discard certain doctrines. The Nation of Islam comes on the scene in 1930, historically, right? That brand of Islam, right? Brother Malcolm?
Oh, you asking a question? Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay, so that means that happened less than 100 years ago in our history. We cannot use a doctrine that just came less than 100 years for an ancient people like that. Do you agree?
I would disagree, because we teach Islam.
Okay, but we know that Islam is not the oldest teaching of any type of historical spirituality. Now, when you're looking for history, we're always taught to look for the beginning of history. That is how we're all taught from if I'm pretty sure that you weren't born a Muslim, you started out a Christian. They give us as an African people a story of an Adam and Eve, which is a beginning point. But when you find out that there's a beginning point thousands of years before that, then you have to move the goalpost to what that documentation is. Would you agree with that?
No, I would disagree with you, brother. Because why would I forsake that raised me up and brought me back to life? Why would I forsake that? Because I learned that there's some more ancient knowledge out there. There's always going to be knowledge that's older than some other knowledge that you may learn.
Okay, but
there
stop, Malcolm. Hold on, stop, Malcolm. Right here, listen to what I'm saying.
I just want to finish this thought. There are other civilizations that are older than other civilizations. So if I would consider myself a Kemetist, why would I stop studying Egypt just because I heard that Sumeria was older? That don't make sense.
That's a historical debate that's up for debate based on if you want to be if you want to go with the European doctrine, if you want to go with the African doctrine. But we're not going to go there because you're trying to get us off the point of what I'm trying to get you to understand.
It's not really. It's not an ideological show, because that's gonna take it somewhere totally different. And one thing, James, what we want to do is, the brother did us the honor of coming on when he could have did like Ben and just like kept standing in the comments talking trash. He came on, so you don't want to make it.
The brother had a study. He had a study group. He's conducting a study.
No, it's okay.
Right now.
No worries.
He would have came on, but he couldn't come on.
Yeah, but now we know, right? So we don't want to make it like an attack on your belief system. What I would say, to just keep it on topic, is this: the Nation of Islam always highlights how they go down into the slums and stuff, right? There's a scripture in the Bible that says Jesus went into the shambles preaching and teaching. But then there's also a scripture that says anything that's sold in the shambles is good to eat. So back when I was a Christian, they told us, "Ooh, Jesus went down into the shambles. That's the poor part of town." But in reality, the word shambles is translated to mean meat market in Greek, right? So Jesus didn't just go to the poor place. Jesus went and had dinner with tax collectors. That's the rich area. So we constantly glorify this thing like we're going down to the desperate part of town. Well, when do y'all go to the area where people got some money? Because it's going to take people with some money.
Brandon, right?
Hold on. Yeah, real quick. It's going to take people with some type of money for you guys to realize your goal, just like it's going to take people with some type of money for me to realize my goal. That's the problem. That's the problem with the whole mission. The mission is based on the United States government giving us something while you that's what it's in the thing. It say that right here. You guys are asking the government to give you something while at the same time saying you guys are trying to get people out of the government's pockets so that they can speak freely.
I gotta disagree with you. I gotta disagree with you because again, we keep finding these petty arguments. Again, you say that we highlight by going to the slums. We go to the slums and we go to where the money is. You know, we in all these different places. We're not just in one place. But what I'm saying is I use that as a reference. Why? Because we want to get all our people. We want to be able to prepare those people who are in the slums to be able to have the mindset to say, hey, I want to go back to Africa.
But how can hope? This is what I need to understand.
But let me respond to Brother Brandon right quick. We gotta go. We have to change the mentality of our people. You know, so we have people in all areas and walks of life. So we don't just have people just in the slums. You know what I mean? So I wanted to respond to that. So go ahead, Brother James.
So one second. If you this is one sentence. You want to change the mentality of our people, but can you guys handle once our people's mentality change? Because what I'm looking at is our people's mindset is evolving, and you guys are kind of trying to keep them in a certain space. And it's like they want to leave now.
I disagree. I disagree again.
And I'm making a statement.
Our people has a choice whether they want to stay or go. Nobody is forcing any. Islam doesn't teach. There's no compulsion in Islam. You know, that's why we teach freedom, justice, and equality. This not a jail. This ain't prison.
But you don't understand that Africans got Islam under the sword historically.
No, they got it by the wooden board, brother. There's no historical.
The wooden board. Hold on.
Yes, yeah. I'm trying to educate you, because.
So you saying, hold up? You telling me that you know more than Dr. Clark and Dr. Bean? That's what you telling me,
brother. Well, I'm telling you that information is flawed, and we've done.
So you telling me?
I'm gonna give you a reference. Go and read Rudolph Windsor's book, The Walking Quran, and he teaches that there has never been an Arab invasion that went through the interiors of Africa all the way to West Africa, conquering with the sword. The only Arab slave trade that took place was in North Egypt, but it never had. There were Muslim clerics that went to West Africa and taught those people Islam there. They have never conquered that area. Why? Because there were Christian kingdoms at that time in Africa that would not allow no Arab invasions to go through Africa to West Africa. So that's why I said that they weren't taught by the sword; they were taught by the wooden board, because those clerics taught those brothers and sisters over in that area on a wooden board. They taught them Islam on a wooden board, and those children, go and get Rudolph Windsor's book. Those children, they taught those children from birth how to be able to recite the whole Quran from memory. So
Malcolm, Arabs, Muslims were heavily involved in the slave trade on the east coast of Africa, Kenya, Tanzania.
Yes, but not in West Africa. Many of us have come from West Africa during the transatlantic slave trade.
I'm just gonna ask y'all to stay on topic, because we have a good opportunity here. The history at this point is irrelevant because we got you on here, and this is a rare thing, and I want to use that for people to be educated about the Nation of Islam in its current form. The past is pointless right now. What we're saying is, how do we get this all on code? How do we get this to be cohesive? Where you guys are the big bro. How do we get the big bro to come on board and help the little bros with what we doing? And understand that we out here working too, and we need support as opposed to talking about
but that's all y'all got.
But it can never happen because they're on the wrong trajectory of history. They're already off course.
Right. They
listen. That's what y'all don't get. They're already off course historically. They can never get back on track until you get the right history. So that's why history is important. They got off course. Listen, the Nation of Islam was founded through Pan-Africanism because Elijah Muhammad's was a Pan-African.
Yeah,
but what they did was once Pan-Africanism failed, once they dismantled that the Pan-African with God, then the Nation of Islam rises. But the government will let you continue on because you're already off course and they know it. Our people were looking for we're looking for ourselves because we got historically miseducated and erased our memory, and then they put us in Christianity. We said, well, no, Christianity is not what we don't think that's our right history. The next thing that happens is we're still looking for our history. We run into Islam, but that's not African history.
But
until we can agree on that history, bro, we're gonna always be confused, and that's what I came on here to get a simplistic understanding of. The Christians are off course, and Islam is off course historically of what our people started with. When they closed down African temples, just listen for a second. When they close down African temples, they do that for a purpose. When Islam comes into Africa, they close down the African temples. If you close down the African spiritual system, guess what else you close down? African economics. When you pay taxes, when you go to church on Sunday, you pay tithes to either Islam or you paying it to Christianity. But if you had your own spiritual system, which you were paying, then all of that money that we give it to our enemy system would go to us to pay for our armies, our navies, but we're paying our own for our own demise through this. Every time we go to church or we go to the mosque and you give money to that system, you're giving money to your enemy system. But y'all don't understand that. And I'm just really trying to simplistically put it out there because this shit is all history, bro. You can't try to put no religion out there.
Let's do it. Hold on, I didn't want to turn this into a 3-hour stream. So this is what we're going to do. Malcolm respond, then Pan-African Brandon, you close out because I won't turn this to it. But James makes a great point in regards to whenever Islam did come around, they did close down. I mean, they're doing it right now in northern Nigeria, the Fulani in northern Nigeria.
You gotta see it, man.
And in whatchamacallit, in Mali, northern Mali. And then let me ask Malcolm, has Farrakhan spoke on the slave trade going on in Libya right now? Muslims selling Muslim slavery?
Yes. We ran a Final Call newspaper article on it about a year or two ago.
Okay. Yeah, all right, so Malcolm, go ahead and respond and Brandon close out.
Yeah, one thing that to my brother James is that Africa is not a monolith. Africa is a very cultured place. Many cultures. And like Brother Brandon stated, that we got to get past that. We got our people are Christians, our people are Muslims. We got people of all different types of walks of life and faiths. We don't even get into no spiritual gangbanging. We don't believe in that. That's not our purpose. That's not our goal. We don't reject brothers and sisters because of what they proclaim to be. We so far beyond that. And to my brother Brandon, you have a lot of great ideas. You're doing a lot of great work. You asked a question, how could the Nation of Islam help the smaller brothers? I believe that's what you said. But that's the question, that's the type of conversation that we need to have. Like, we for that. That's the only way we're going to progress. But when we again, and I keep harping on it, when we ask questions, is it time to cancel the Nation of Islam? Like, can you really imagine a Black America without a Nation of Islam? with everything that's going on, with all the attacks that black people are
Yeah, but
receiving
Malcolm,
from
the
the
point
enemy.
is, but Malcolm, this nation of Islam will not be built in America if you're serious about separating. It's not going to happen.
But you're missing my point. The people that are here who say that they are members of the Nation of Islam that actually exist, this body of people existing, saying to the masses of black people, should we cancel this group? That don't make sense to me. But I'm gonna end right there, and I'm grateful for you bringing your brother on. And this is your brother Malcolm Flex TV. I appreciate coming on, and I'll leave with that.
No, but let me say this: I'm not for cancel culture. We were just asking a question, and I made a disclaimer in the beginning. But no one's not trying to cancel anybody. Again, we're just
all praises due to Allah.
Right, and then, like I said, my question is again. I always thought that the Nation of Islam wanted to separate from America. Now I'm being told that we don't want to separate from America. We want to build a nation within America, which
now, I believe, yeah,
it ain't gonna happen.
believe that there will be a time that it will happen, because that's in our theology. That's what we teach. But is it gonna happen tomorrow? That I don't know.
Dynasty, you go to Africa, right? What country do you go to? Have you go to Nigeria or Ghana?
Nigeria, Sierra Leone, primarily.
Okay, now I have some African contacts as well. Speaking to people on the continent is very valuable. Because you can't, if you've never been to the continent, you don't know what's actually going on, right? So, in speaking with the brothers over there, they tell me certain problems that's going on. Like with the religious thing, you have the northern half of most of those countries are Islamic, right?
Right.
Then you have the southern half that's Christian. And these two factions of the same people, the same tribes, fight each other over a religious misinformation. True. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we don't understand that this is not just us that's dealing with it. We're dealing with this on a global scale. Right. So that's why it's important for us to get this corrected. It has to be. Only if not, we're going to continue this perpetual genocide on each other, and it's all by design, because all of the information comes from outside of us. Right, and that's documented.
Right, Brandon, go ahead and close out.
I just want to say thank you, brothers, for coming on. Malcolm Flex, I appreciate you coming on and listening to what I have to say. There's no big shots, there's no little shots. We're all shots. We're just here trying to do the best we can with what we got and what's available to us. What I would say to anybody is, whether you're a Muslim, Christian, whatever, you need to be developing an Africa plan. What I would say to the Nation of Islam is, in your theology, it says you can build it either here or elsewhere. Right now, building it elsewhere is looking like the move. I want you guys to always understand something. I'm a Pan-Africanist. I am not the same Pan-Africanist as Marcus Garvey. There's shit where he was just ass backwards, and now I'm like a person who's the evolution. Pan-Africanism for a long time was just a punching bag for all the religions and everybody else. Oh, it's something to do that. Those days are over, right? And people need to know now. You have Pan-Africans. We are on coal. We are ready for the smoke. We are well-versed, well-read, just as educated as the top people in any organization. And we're ready to have these conversations. And we will always win the conversations if the conversations of the other groups continue to revolve around stagnation and just keep on doing the same thing over and over. And so as you guys grow within the nation, Farrakhan, God forbid, he's an old man. When he goes to wherever, the mindset is going to have to evolve now, because it's no longer conducive, right? It's no longer advantageous. The Bible says do what's advantageous, right? What gives you an advantage. And we just got to look at what we're doing and see if that gives us the advantage. And if it doesn't give us the advantage, we have to do something else. We have to do something else. So thank you guys for listening to me. I appreciate everybody on there. My YouTube channel is Pan-Africanism Strikes Back. If you guys want to go like, subscribe, or just listen to the stuff I'll be ranting about, go ahead and do that. And That's all I have to say. Thank you, Dynasty, for having us on. The conversation was good.
No
Peace.
problem. Peace,
Appreciate
family.
you having us on,
Peace.
Dynasty.
No problem. Peace.
Peace.